You know, good evening, you know, good morning, you know, good afternoon, you know, kusha, whosoever afen, you know, and whosoever, you know, they listen to this program today. This now, you know, girl, the Calabash princess, we know Frances K. And today, I dey bring for you now, big alejo them, na Facebook. And big alejo them, now we say Leone community. And then people yaso we they can't talk today, they all day na yaso. And guess what, in all my ready, if I can give you your point of view. And also we go let for make the public, I go let for make you not participate, make you not actually share this program, you not tell you not friends, you not family, you not friends them for say, you not picking, you not husband, you not mama, you not papa then they live today. And also, you know, not forget for call in, for make we all actually talk, make we all put and inside this calabash here. So imagine I bring all the calabash and come out today because all man don't come out. So we get to take all the calabash and come in. I also get the February calabash. So maybe we all can talk today. You know, I say I love me, lovely color calabash today. So today, maybe we can talk about social media wahala. When I say social media wahala, there are lots of things, them good and bad things, them where this little app where we get now with phone can do for we. When I say good, I mean good and bad. But at the same time, with the Sierra Leonean people, them waiting with the use them for, how will the impact we life, and how will the impact other people their life around we. Now, that we can talk about. We go talk about them from different aspects, from the political point of view, the social, the interactive side, the environmental point of view, and also with personal life point of view, really. And with me today, I get my co-host, where he don't run away from me for 3 weeks now. Might not be well, I understand. So today, I don't bring and come back. Make a bring and come in, make we see him. Nene, how you dey do, darling?
I'm doing okay. Sorry, everybody. I know say, well, body now one of the gentry where we all the treasure. So I really sorry for the couple of weeks where I don't miss. I miss you all. Love you all.
I know, right? But thank you, don't come back today. So how you see this program today, really, Nene? What do you take from it? From all the buzz where they go around?
As soon as he said they can do social media, I say, wow. I say this now one whole marathon, you know. I say big process, you ready? I say because you bring all the platform then together. It's a good thing anyway. And it's a good thing for all the other platform then for join we, for we able share how social media the impacts now with community. If it's positive, it's a good thing. But if it's negative, now something where you find let we the address and let we put into the community, let them know how for they use the social media to their own benefit instead of let it harm them. So it's a good thing. It's a very good topic.
Absolutely, Nene. And I believe for say a good way we all they collaborate, because sometimes, you know, when we collaborate, it brings a lot out of we all. Not to just some of us say, oh, I got me platform, now this I want to do, now that I want to do. But we all come together, we put a big voice together, and it actually makes a lot of difference. So today we get to tell thank you to we guests, them we really join we honor we invitation. So we want to say thank you to them and may God bless them. And I pray for say this program will become fruitful and it will bring out the right message where we actually intend for make it bring out. And I pray for so we all go work together now with different platform them and bring and come together and make we all work together as one for Unite Sierra Leone. So before I actually say anything, you know me, I like man too much. So right now, make I bring one for me man then come, one for me boyfriend them. I bring this gentleman working dress, working don't dress don't if you can see him. If you sit on me, always serious. It's serious as anything, but today guess waiting. Today technology let her down. So today, you know, able for the rest that kind of rest day. And show we off that kind of show off day. So make her bring car, Mr. Melvin Medsika. Melvin, how you do? I know you microphone mute. So how you do?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. How are you too? How are you doing?
Today?
Everything fine, and I'm honored to be around you, among you, all these great people. Baba Sheikh, Nene.
Thank you very much for honor we. And you look good. Yeah. Today you still look good, still, even though your technology lets you down, but you still look good. Thank you for honoring us. So look at bring the next guest come in. And the next guest, you know, send me the other one. I like my sister then. And my sister, them, I love them so much. And trust me, this my sister, we don't work together and we can communicate. And I love them dearly. And when you see them, a woman way empower himself and a woman way actually they empower other women them around them. You get the Sierra Leone women and politics where they empower greatly inside it and they join different organizations them. And Insta gets a big platform on social media and a husband. Then they work together. Then say where two works together, you get great things when they come out of it. Rachel, how you do, my sister?
I'm doing good.
That's good. So God, thank you. How everything? You look good.
Everything good. I'm happy being among all these beautiful people. You know, we all do things on social media, but you're so strong that you can able to bring all of these powerful people together. I give you credit
It's
for
not easy,
that.
but you know how say when you talk, when you actually, that make I can tell people and for say this is one of the things so we talk about today. When you actually open yourself to everybody and not close yourself down and try to get good relationship online, it doesn't matter the platform. You always will actually come out on top and people and will actually honor your invitation. We get for learn how to talk to ourselves, even though we all they do the same thing, but at the end of the day, the Sierra Leone is so broad and we all keep able to pass the message in a very nice way. So I really honor today where you did in front of me and you look good, sis. So I to up before we okay, make I go back to me other husband. I get one man I also as well, make I introduce him. And this man also, na man where me are into. Now recently we begin talk online, but na man where I be they follow a lot and I follow everything where he they do so far. And for my England, I dey follow this man also in page. You know that they mean I one of him fan them. I can watch them and I can say, Baba Shek no really mix so it's them quiet man. They watch it and they go on there, they pick them up now for you for all man. So this one a gentleman and I love the way he the building platform and he actually they encourage other people them as well and he they bring community together. Because one thing where I watch recently, where something happen at the community, they go find who that and can interview them and bring them can together and see how we will get the message. So Baba Shek, how you do?
I do perfectly fine, and you?
Yeah, they do fine. How everything?
Well, everything cool by His grace. Everything is going smoothly. And I
That's good.
welcome
So
you all.
thank you. Really. That's good.
I really happy for the amongst una today because I think this is the first time for Lay be a part of a particular program like a different platform, and I really honor
That is good. That's good. Thank you so much. Thank you for honoring the invitation. And thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'll come back to you just now. But before I go to me lady, where this lady so where we get na social media, I can call them tough love. Because now woman, where he respects himself and he know exactly what he wants. And when he sit down in platform, you they see him for say yes, he command the stage, he command in platform. And today you not see me a time where I do so today. Now here actually follow. I said today, it can bless me show. So make I actually do a tie. For me, this attire so much where you can come, make you know say yes, please I can pull the attire that small. Now my sister and as somebody where if you talk to them really well, it'll give you good advice. And a person where it's not easy make it come on in platform, but he say VOS now my second home. So I come there now this program yaso for make sure for say I not forget my second home. I still did my yaso. And this person yaso recently married. Me and the taco. And we see him, he bring everything for we on social media. And this person also now in platform, he great as well. He can actually bring community together, even though sometimes they can be controversial, but it's a controversial for a good way for make we all come together and make we all learn from each other. So this now my young sister, my young auntie, my young sweetheart, me darling, nobody but Mrs. Khadija to Hassan. Hi, darling.
Hello. I'm humble and I will reserve my own later for express my own profound gratitude about you as an individual. Thank you so much for the honor. And again, it feels good to come back home because at the end of the day, we are family. VOS started as my family and it will always be my family. Thank you. I'm humble.
Thank you very much, Auntie Khadija, well, Mrs. Khadija Hassan. And Mrs. Hassan, you mic there a little bit low with the guests then. So if you ever try for Bri and come up a little bit, then we all can hear you. What you say?
Can you hear me a little bit better?
Yes, we can hear you a little bit better.
Okay. I don't know why the mic they act up today.
We hear you a little bit better now. Thank you very much. So we wait for one other person then for join we. When are we at? And they try for log in. I don't know if they get problem for log in today. But hopefully, then go able for log in soon, and we all keep able for join in with this platform here. So, because men then talk just now, they say they try for log in. I think they're having issues, but then go try for log in soon. When they log in, then they can join with, and we all can actually talk today and put everything inside this calabash. You see the calabash where it is also for we all today. So maybe we can start with program where we can also for. And they ask everybody where they watch this program right now. Please share to your friends them, share na your inbox, share na your WhatsApp, share and call people and make we all can talk about this big allejo today. This stick here so where they under we bed where we all actually can scared for talk about, but we all get for can talk about and today. But before I go further, make I actually ask me co-host this question first so that we can able for make we get rest first. Nene, you don't ever get bullied na social media?
Absolutely, yes.
You don't ever be the victim or you don't try for bully somebody else on social media? It's a tough one, but I'm going to ask.
I've been the victim.
You've been the victim. Okay, that sounds good for bullying. How you feel doing that?
I handle it differently because, like I said, social media bully, it gets different ways where they affect certain people. For me, I choose not to react on the same platform where I was bullied, because I don't feel say they bring any positive side out of it. Instead, it just the drag and gets broader and it gets messy to a point probably something we will control them. Because some bullies, they are used to it. That's their game. So if that was your first time for being bullied, it's not easy how you go handle them. So for me, I was shocked because of the person that was involved. Not to see what they expect. So I just went to people that were I know say no both parties and say, please, this is going on. I don't want this to drag any further, but I know go appreciate what in this person they do. And if I react, I know I react well. I react very bad. And I get so many people that way they look up to me, especially me picking them. And are they in a community? Also, like I say, you're afraid anybody, but sometimes they can way life, they get certain level, you just want for change and be a positive impact to other people then. So me, I react in a very different way where I say, like I said, I always handle them behind closed doors. But bullying...
Okay, that sounds very good. Thank you very much, Nene. Thank you, sweetheart. And the next question I want to ask, I think this one I go try to my sister Rachel. Rachel, you don't ever been in a situation where people then bully somebody in our social media, right? And you get for being inside in the middle for talk the case. How will make you feel that moment today?
Well, of course, we always see how the blow up they go. And like you say, people in the use them for different reasons. And it's a lot of advantage, that blew up there, but people in the really for abuser. But a couple of times, of course, I don't think in the middle, especially when people then we I get respect for, and especially when it's not woman them. When I see women begin to do stuff like that on social media, it bothers me. If I know those two people, it really they bother me because I don't want women to be seen what's with the linens outside, because that's their man and they use for stereotype way, when they're ready for do something, una woman and that's one time. So when they do stuff like that on social media, it bothers me. And when I know people like that, I can come in between and talk and see how, even if there's an issue, but don't bring it out there. Like when they say, try for solve behind the scene as much as possible, it better, because sometimes these things, we don't know how much it tell on we, especially in the future. People just look at those things. Come on. Nothing. It's not a big deal. But sometimes it tells on us in the future. So that's why it is always, if you have the opportunity to bring two people together, especially when they are on it on social media, please do that, because sometimes people don't consider the impact, the negative impact that comes along with it. So it is very, very important that we all try to do that behind the scene, rather than, even if sometimes, even if it hurts so bad, try to do it behind the scene, because once you don't go out of that blue app, you can never change it. You know, ever like return what you don't say back. So, and these things now, we don't live at the age of technology. I mean, sometimes if they can pull video for you, it don't take 1 year. And Facebook, they even remind you, that's another thing. Remind you whether you be do good thing 1 year ago or whether you be do bad thing 1 year ago. Sometimes it remind you, I'm like, okay. So these are all things people should take into consideration when you want to do something like that, you know.
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much. Before we go further, make I actually talk to my boyfriend. Your boyfriend don't come in. Where I can listen to them program, I glued to the screen because of the information where they pass all the time. We had. How you they do?
I did do fine and we did do fine.
That's good. So it's not you your name today. Today we forget your name back.
This not Sembe
Sembepia, that is good. So we don't have Baibure. Baibure no come to us. Sembepia can represent Weird. Welcome to the
he
show.
actually give me in cutlass for Kawita Naya as well.
Okay, not for problem. We ready for the cutlass with the watch. Okay, I'll come back to you soon. So before I go for, make I actually go to Baba Sheikh. Baba Sheikh, make I ask you this, right? Because we don't talk to Rachel, we don't talk to Auntie Nene. You don't ever be into a situation whereby in our social media you see two people they argue bitter when on social media, and then you pick up the phone and phone one of them or phone both of them and try to make the peace.
Yeah, it happened so many times. Even most recently, now two very, very close people to me. The one I musician, the one I social media commentator. So then they into the media fight today. I take phone, I call the media commentator, because most of the time we work together. And I know the big one, I try for call and put on for late. Put himself in your own position. You understand? Say you are the eldest. Forget about that particular person. When I try for make when I come back together as before. But it try for see me like Marika with some negative, because he just want to do waiting him feel say now the right thing for do for the media against the person. So I try for talk to him, but in order to listen, so I go to the smaller one, where not the musician himself, I try for talk to himself, for himself understand, but him be the defend something. You understand? I try for understand your own part, but at the same time try for talk to him for lay he go see his incense stop. I say because always to na do so na the media, na thing way not get for rotting. They get for fight back at una. You understand? So I try for get a plane level playing field for the all two for lay them with seasons. But I try my best, but the thing just end naturally. You understand?
That's good.
So
We actually they play. Yeah, we all play a different role in our social media, basically, for make we keep together. So I just say, this is just a quick question, so we all get for the think, in a different way around, waiting at the thing the way we all different perspective on social media, because we know first that it don't happen, but how we handle that is the other thing. Melvin, Mr. Dress Guy, the gentleman, make I ask a quick question, Melvin. Melvin, you don't ever be in a situation whereby somebody can have social media and curse you?
No, I've never been in that.
I mean, either WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, it could be TikTok, anywhere, LinkedIn, all of them.
I've never been in that situation before, but there are people who've been in that situation that I've had to make a private call to just let go and just end whatever's going on. So that's all the involvement I've had in that so far.
In that situation. Okay, that is fine. Thank you. We had, make I come to you. And you and for say you now social media mouthpiece right now. You the one where they give you the informations them. But again, I know for say yes, it's very controversial. The app where we get, especially the Facebook app. You never ever get a situation whereby somebody call you now higher authority and tell you now for say the story where you not talk about it, you're not supposed to talk about them.
Just give me 10 seconds quick. I'll do something, yeah? As part
Okay,
of
no problem.
we normal routine. Somebody
Okay.
una kushe una ado. We have don't come back today. For come talk but thing where they happen. Now we on sweet yard salone. Now we you know. Anyway, this is not our original song, but we just use them no more at least for pass with message. And we can normally pass with message serious, but with some kind of humor. So I think say I'm not gonna left down the BM today. I go try for bring them with me because Bible here so much don't talk to me how I forgot about where I can do now. It's not easy this work they do so. Especially when you they reach to one certain stage where they get attention of certain people then. By the way, we not can look like say we they big, but people they see we like for say we don't really be big. Because we they get the kind of views and followers them where any other person could like forget. So we're grateful for that. With regards to the question where you ask, yes, plenty people on the approach we they make sure say we talk and go together with who that we feel say get good feelings about the country, not to that one where they corner we for sake of in personal interest. Because like we can talk say APC, SLPP. But by the way, we own program basically in a political program. Yeah, and 90% of what we they talk about get to do with the government of the day. Plenty people can ask, why the government of the day? We're not too biased, no. Because when you dey into governance, now you get the responsibility. When people vote, now you then put in that position there. So you dey in waiting other people and go say position of trust. In other words, anything we get to do with the day-to-day activities of the country, yeah, now that particular set of people they call government. Although they can say something, government now we all, yes, now we all, but you get certain people them when are then at the end of affairs, when means na the day before and decision making in the country. So now then people and they will be all accountable because now only when we come and point certain things to them, say, this thing I do so in order to then go able for correct them. Because when we find out who that they very close to them, we get everything and call but sleeping. Then just they for the trial, you still know now the kind of syndrome where we get right now. For clap. Even if the person they do something where you know say inside you in all right, you will clap for them because you get something we call political godfathers. Yeah, we don't get no means for say this what you do so. If you do answer this person says what you do and so it will still like for say they support me agenda. For example, I guess for the use starting words then when I we normal words them and when I go permit we for user because not just we now with signature. Yeah, like for example, the president, we can call and caretaker now. We mean no disrespect, but because he did it for handle the position for we, he did it in that meantime. We then vote for her. We know say other people can argue with, but then vote for us not to caretaker. You know what's not caretaker? Okay, still we agree. But that minute day, that hour day, that 10 more where you did now 5 years ago. After that, you come back to it. Say, hey, boy, I'll take care of the place fine. I need back home. Now we determine say yes, pa, you survive. No, sorry, thank you. Now for go now. So we get for the call caretaker. So for example,
Okay.
the caretaker where they in that position they when come meet we say let we give a position. Yeah, if you don't talk certain things then before ever people then fall for it and say okay, let me get this position. So all of them things then they will get for the cross check for city. Then see how we been say now so it do not so it do. So now make we self we can glad the way they can talk. Like for instance, they don't tell me say they don't do waiting in a manifesto from A to Z. In fact, they don't pass there. So that they been become interesting to we. After Z, now we saw that letter, I mean as 0. But still will come to that and arrest me case for now.
Okay, one quick question. This time your introduction, because you're not be there for the introduction. Political office, when I mean political appointment, I mean from president to everybody else. Anybody in the political side of you don't ever come now your inbox and tell you for say what you be talk about me, not to true or why you talk about me?
No, there were no, none. You know the reason why? Because we make sure that we be very careful with what they do. Anything we talk, we know this don't talk no more. We make sure that basically we just analyze well. So it's very difficult for you to come back and say, no. Even we get one program where we call Blue Mind. Now we open them. We know the sense for nobody when you come in the kind side. Now they say all my own kind side is sabi. When you come, if you feel waiting with the talk, you know like I'm challenge with. One time in day when we get mistake. Yes, one time recently, I think by name, not just name and photo, not like any other thing. I think the director of crime, and you know when this LSC used to come up, one
Yes.
of the former boss on CID, Sideman, you know, name will be actually the try for the photo, but we mistake with the photo. Instead of Sideman in photo, we put this present one where then I think director of crime also. So he called me now with program and say we are say okay, me na this person, me na this person, me na this person. We say, oh yeah, welcome to the program. He say, okay, I get issue with you now. Say waiting, sir. He say use me picture. I say, oh, very sorry. He say after I don't explain, he say we need the apology. Say even if you not been talking, we they apologize, and we apologize to you now because we make mistake. Not to you now the picture now we just make mistake for. So instead of saying say okay, no problem, thank you very much, he go back. But apart from that day, nobody not able to come one day and challenge me say we had this one are talking in a line. The only thing we they can do, mommy cost you left no more. We don't take them. Give them my evidence paper. We don't take for
Okay. We gotta come back to the Mamikos. We go come back to the Mamikos side. Thank you very much. Well, make a come to my sister. When I'm Mrs. Hassan, make her ask them this question. Mrs. Hassan, I know for say, then they'll troll you online a lot, and I don't see a couple of them where they can abuse you, even recently as last week. So wait and do them later you after you don't do your program. Because when we do them program there, it's very, very difficult. People and things say it's easy, but it's not easy to put together. And even when you can't see it on a screen, some of we, like me, so I can be nervous at some point for us to program like this. But again, Mrs. Hassan, when they can troll you online or people can actually say negative things about you, how then they can make you feel when you come back for us to next show?
Wow, interesting. I think say we all get with legacy we want to leave behind. So when you put that into consideration, it able for guide you as to how you're able for deal with the pro and the con, meaning the positive and the negative. I do believe that when you decide, say, you fall under the category of public figure, there is a responsibility where it starts with oneself. So having said that, not because another person will come in a reckless manner, maybe they have a preconceived notion about you or the platform, not because you always want to say, if you want to leave a legacy for say that, you want to bring together community, you want to be a role model, you want share materials where generation yet unborn go benefit from, then you always have to be the bigger person, which means that not because then they throw stone at you or use profanity, you get to come back and respond to that manner. I give an example, a scenario yesterday with the discussion with the get. I mean, they talk about the analysis with the Musa Tomo and the wife saga. Then a person comes from nowhere. It remind me, say, me don't gain weight. You look fat. You don't look fat. You need to lose weight. So what I did was I decided, say, you know, I just delete that comment because it go. If I continue for Siam, it will either trigger me for not respond, which I, of course, I will respond in a professional manner, but at the same time, it's also a distraction. So sometimes you just have to be that bigger person and just ignore and know what's in like your goal in life. Gold as in the legacy where you want to leave behind. So indeed, I did go through a whole lot, you know, but I always believe in sometimes it can be rough, and that's where you better have calm in place where you can, after the program, you're able to express yourself. If did it as that support system, you know, where you're able to talk to you and be that, you know, supportive spouse for able to make you go through day-to-day challenges. Yeah, so the best thing is to just ignore if you want to leave as an example, because again, we must be an example of what we preach. We never say that we not believe in profanity, then we go we use we platform then for spread toxic information. So that's what I would say. I rest my case here for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Auntie Khadija. your microphone still there low, so when you talk, we're not hearing you that much. So if you try for put them up again, small for we. Okay, before I go for that, make I actually take me brother Baba Sheikh, because I know say you got program where they come. Baba, make I actually talk to you small regarding this social media wahala. You know, one person where I very much, I don't go for respect now with community, and I don't go for respect you in a lot of things the way you do. Because the reason why you actually they put the community together, as I be saying earlier on, despite sometimes we all can be center of the drama, obviously we can't run away from it because of what we they do in a different way or life or anything else. But today we try to get everybody together, inclusion, and for make we collaborate. So how you actually can collaborate with other people them now your platform, especially inside social media wahala, and how you can actually handle where people can grab for actually be negative during the trend where they go on, because no matter some program and they watch you, people that are negative because people are biased and they can take things them in a very different way around. So how you can actually handle that negativity there, and what do you think about social media wahala where they go on our community?
Well, like answer the last question before I go to the initial one.
Okay.
The wahala we really encounter at the media as of now, plenty people they out there, then just they not the media, not so just for pass on the right information, now for just scan at the media and for let people they know them. You understand? Whilst some they not the media, they pass on the right information, some they not the media, they get financial gain from the media. You understand? And the media they pay nowadays if you use them the right way. Coming to the way how they handle some situations them na the media with other people. Well, to me na that kind of person where at times when there is a situation, I evaluate the situation. Try for do me research, I dey cross check, what I confirm, what I don't verify, I confirm, try for analyze the thing. I come na the media, one who say I don't get all me facts. I come na the media, I put them out there. It's up to anybody, according to your own opinion. You understand? If you come inside the life, you get proof, bring and come, say waiting, and me, you have me to use the media, and they just use them like that. And they try to get me facts them. You understand? Now I make some certain situation and day where they go on, where at times I not even put more today. Like for example, the China Nikki saga. I don't ever do any program on China Nikki. You understand? I be just the observe at the watch. You understand? Me they do something at the media where I get the fact na me hand. And now that make all the time where I dey post anything at the media or do any program at the media, I don't get me facts and I'm table. So if I dey present them out there to people, if you come out, you say this not to the right thing, but it's difficult anyway for labels to come out and say this not to the right thing, this not the wrong thing, because we can don't get everything put and on before ever I can at the media. You see, so
but
any kind of way people like you want take the way I present or do me presentation is up to the person, in your opinion. You see?
okay, that's fine. But when you talk about the fact check and then the personal interest, I don't know if anybody get anything for actually put there and actually ask Baba Sheikh. Any of we actually get any question or anything where we want for ask Baba regarding that issue that we just talked about?
Well, let me come in, if you don't mind. You know, do you hear me well?
Yes, go on, Khadija.
Yes. I get for bow downs a little bit because you know they get problem with me volume. Like I say, you know, we not go talks. We not go try for underline and identify some of them problem without we not start with oneself. We're all brothers and sisters from the same soil. We get this one interest when a Sierra Leone. None of us are perfect. There are times where maybe each and every one of us go down run into some sincere mistake. As in the example where we had give, maybe it's not intended, not the intention for come there and disseminate information we're not accurate. You understand? So that is the first part of being responsible and taking owning responsibility of oneself. Check and every one of you again, like I said, a brother. We all are a brother. When I started before even the critical thinking talk show come in, I do believe in collective idea because we all don't know it all. We all are blessed with individual talent, but only if we are humble enough, you understand? I believe in bringing people together. Even in the case of the way they will say Adebayo, when critical thinking talk show starts, Mr. Kutubu, Mr. Lansana Sako, Adebayo, all the one they want to go consider as quote unquote controversial. The way I look at it, I am not in the place to judge anyone. We should be accommodating everyone for who they are. You understand? Because everybody gets their own small sense, whether it's book sense, street sense, or whatever the case may be. You understand? That is where the critical thinking shock should come before I talk about before we come live, before I can have VOS. You understand? Going back to the reality, now come back to within Mr. Babashek said. I can identify some of we talent here. Mr. Babashek is one of the person. If we get a committee or community of IT people, then it's one of the one we get beautiful talent in that department. You understand? But if we are able to identify, he's one of them, and we are to is somebody I don't reach out to. I am humble enough to identify some of their talent, and I'm also humble enough to reach out to them when I need them. In the past, one of the person that I go don't say, it don't put a collage together for me when I be try for share me anniversary with on the critical thinking talk show. You understand? He also make an example wherein it don't stand as a leader for kind of like bring people in together when they get problem. And I say this with humility. The first time where I reached out to him, there was something having to do with having to bring in the community together as well. Where I'm not going to call the specific name, but I get enmity because of that incident. I get enmity because of that up to this day. But my conscience is clear because the effort it was Sarah Leone. They look at the picture. When I reached out to her at first, he was a bit annoyed. Then later on, he gave me great reception, and I go also commend in wife. One thing where I go remember and commend them with that call is say, I am not the problem here. I need for them to speak to my wife. That shows strength, that shows respect for a wife. You understand? I talked to the wife talked to me very well. And what thing I be try for achieve, Babashek able to accomplish that, which is taking down a content will be the correct problem. You understand? But because of that meeting, the person also vexed by me. The person I be a big fan in boyfriend to the thinking talk show. You understand? But at the end of the day, so that as long as your intention was clean, if I lost two people then because of one, so be it, because I got that they serve. Now coming back to the content that we can share, sometimes where like I can say we're not in mean harm, but sometimes we can make mistake. We're not perfect, you understand? The other day I get an incident where a person we lost in Pekin. The Pekin then quote unquote alleged and kill him. Where I've been do 2 shows on that. It came at the platform, it mentioned of Babashek's name. So when he did that, he said, while I don't do the interview, somebody from that platform and call and the post or whatnot. But look, I said, I post I know. So immediately, because he don't call his name live, I called Babashek 2 times. I said, I go come and try for cover in your name. You understand? She was angry. She made a comment saying that a using platform for represent a family or forgive a content that was not correct. You understand? So we supposed to be a brother's keeper. If somebody come na your platform, you can't say that Francis. It is our responsibility for say, okay, well, hold on, we call Francis right now. Because we want also, they protect real name brand, we for also be a brother's keeper. I call him several times, he never respond. So it is fact that we can make sincere mistake. But again, we cannot build a community unless we're able to be honest with oneself. So that is an example why I will give you say, you have made an error maybe where you not even intend, maybe you don't mean it, but sometimes the people that we interview, sometimes they don't say something, we don't go against that family. So that's just an example why I'm bringing.
Thank you very much, Khadija. I left that example there. And before anything, make her actually go back to Babashek. Babashek, you see where team Auntie Khadija don't say he build up an example and where Ibrahim come to you. Yeah. So inside the social media, right, this big app where we get, maybe we talk first about the blue app. the Facebook app where we get, when are the blue one where everybody they watch we so right now, and we they get the comments, then we go on at the same time. Where do you think say the wahala where they cause na Facebook? Whose kind of wahala where you think say they cause na the Facebook app? And how we go actually minimize then kind of wahala then they? I'm specifically talking just about Facebook at the moment, because that is one of the platforms you they use for broadcast. You shows them.
Well, before I answer the question, because time they against me now, I will just sit into waiting me own sister just don't say so. You understand? About the mistake where they try for say I make doing a broadcast what I do. I don't ever know say I make mistake, pass where they talk and so you understand. An interview I conduct. Me not so an eyewitness pan the incident. The people them we get we in a part of the or in a let me say a suspect pan the incident or accused. Now in my interview, waiting get for tell me, now I tell me. You understand? Me not did it.
Yeah.
I not get for saying I true on a lie. You understand? After I mean in question, he have come on the program, he have come for can clarify some certain things them. But he have come with a vengeance. You understand? It's like him be the feel that he support the one side while the interview. So I try for cool and down. So he get for book an appointment with me, say, la do the same interview with him, which I did. You understand? And he come out successful one. You understand? So everything be clear. You understand? Now coming to waiting at the question again we asked.
Social media, right? The blue app where we get, this Facebook blue app where we get, right? The problem them too much inside it. So waiting are you advise before you they go? Waiting are you advise where you go give to the people them where they use this blue app here so?
Well, the advice it in different ways and forms. You understand? Because we all get different ways them we use the app for. You understand? Some people when they use the app, like when somebody offend them, then feel say that particular platform now they come for come express them vexation. You understand? Some people they use them for person information. Some people they use them for financial gain. You understand? I believe say if you get an issue with person, that this will go for the one the way they use them for abuse or for come get back to people. When you know say somebody offend you, I believe say now you place for it try for get that person in contact, talk to them behind the scene. If you know able, find the closest person where you know say go able to connect you and that person they follow and settle that problem they, than you can at the media. You understand?
Okay.
And yeah, I think say that is all. Because at that time the wahala who they facing. You understand? Where you get to personal problem be at the media for other people and know say you get problem with this person. Or at times you come at the media for you go get sentiment from people say, oh, this person just can't lie on people. You understand? Like the example where my sister be give initially, where they try for talk say somebody become at the media, me and to be get an issue. You understand? Where myself come out, I put out the truth, so the person gets offended because you not be allowed the truth show out. You understand? If you don't come at the media, you don't can use words them against me. Where other people and at the media, then self can for don't per me because of that particular thing the way come up with at the media. People and they blame me, say how me for Sidom, then kind thing and they happen. But the people they don't know, they're not even call me and ask. You see now one of the mistakes that way we can do at the media. When somebody come at the media, I say this about this person, try to call the person and know if not true or not lie, then they talk. But then not do that, then just come at the media, come begin the rain words them against me. So when we come out now with the truth, the lady gets offended. You understand? So now one of the things and that way I feel say people have for take note of. Not say where person can at the media, he can talk negative things about one person. He take them for granted. Try for contact the person if you know the person. If you get interested in waiting the person can talk about the person, try for contact him for let know if not true or not lie. You understand? And I want to say an apology to my own sister where he say call me several times and not respond. You understand? That's why I get 3 phones them what I use. You understand? At times I the one I the work out with way official. You understand? So it's difficult.
Okay, that's
for
fine.
me, and they go to them. You understand?
That is
So
fine. This is what I can talk about. When it comes to social media wahala, these are the things we talk about. Because social media wahala, they're in different form, different formats. So as we brother say, personal information for bring and come out, and we see our and sister, we other sister Khadija, Mrs. Aston, they actually iron out the issue right now online. And we see how social media can bring confusion, misunderstanding, and everything. This is a perfect start for the program where we do basically. Nene, what's now your take on this one?
Like I said, this is a very big one, and a big platform that we get now, so and all them platform there, we watch them every day. They don't they grow. When I get so much controversy, we can go on a platform. Then most of una where it can good, it can bad, especially this Baba Sheikh, Boda, where Khadija they talk about. So I watch that show, and I be they feel the mama in anger, like say they can't attack them, but I not feel say they really can't attack, and then they try to get answers because everybody was confused because there's a lot of things where concerning that particular saga the way they go on, and as somebody in life don't go. The one thing more I will say first of all, this social media platform there to all the brothers and sisters in there. I think anything when a crime, especially a murder case, where they are court. I think one for the be careful of the bring and can the social media platform until it gets out of court when justice is being given or not, because sometimes they spoil the case then. Because when I watch that net where the mama be they talk something and the way you don't talk, you're not supposed to be talking on another social media. If I don't take that in a court. So I would just wonder if it be small advising of below and I know they go too much into them cases and they will get where ongoing cases in a court. Maybe where the case done, I can bring the law we learn also mistake. Also we go wrong and also if we rectify the laws and other things then I mean you won't take no more that side then. I want for
thank you very much.
Francis, I want to ask the platform them.
Okay.
Always when I get big platform then the one question I go ask when I ever deal with any controversial case where una feel say una bias one way or the other to the other side and later una realize say you were biased and then you end up regretting it and maybe apologize or say, oh, I wish I could have done this in another way. Just a question I just want to ask each one of the platform then. So that's Leone Francis.
Okay, so Uda go take that question there. We got Rachel, we get Melvin, we got Wiyad. I think Wiyad for take that question there. Wiyad.
Okay. I don't know why me, but we not ever don't get to take like that. We never don't get to take like that at all. One thing, what me remember no more. Like we did do a program. I think we be deal with something around LSC. Then we been get something where we be actually the top. One of we viewers them and come and say, no, this not this. I've been there for them road, and LSC been there for them road at this point because this not be the thing where people be actually they say. LSC not be there for them road just because of waiting no more. All of them thing. So we handle that one day. So this person in the comment section say, no, please, maybe they for them road. LSC be there for them road and I say so what we do straight off and make certain references them. We straight off we pick up from them and call Quetta. Because Quetta be in a Pademba road, and Quetta come right in and explain how they be the pass na Pademba road. So what we on platform can normally do, we can tell everybody say, we not sabi all know, but we dey point out certain things there. So how we can tell it? Now between me and you, I mean we and the viewers then, you get you something, you counter something, and then we can talk something. Sometimes I forget something. Then click. Please, who that can remember me this thing? You see, I write away in the comment section. Because they know say we value waiting, then they talk. They say value waiting with the talk. So that is why we don't get viewers, we get family members then, where we can always talk about. Because now like two ways to the coin. When we give, they say the giving. When we give, they say the giving. So I think that we never get regret because we and we family members them, they work hand in hand. One thing they get 20 people that really come. The only thing they come on the APC. But waiting for make you qualify that word the way you talk, you're not able to forget them. Because when we ask you question now, waiting at this, nobody know able for challenge you point again. Because like I say at the top, we always count something when they back up. So anything where we they say. So we left room for escape. Nobody know they able for all this say no. What you say na lie, what you say not to say. So I think say we can always satisfy with conscience and with family members them. We always okay with waiting with the talk and then stuff waiting in the past we can watch. We can still say yes. You get some people where no will totally agree with you, but nobody no will able for come with something tangible for challenge that you point when you don't make. So I think say we find in that area there. We're not correct, we're not 100% correct, but we did try with level best.
That's true. So we had, I know if I say, you know, not a big platform, na social media, right? And you know, get this, me na one point in our biggest fan them, all time. As soon as you na come on, I'm like, boom, we had is there. And I'm so lucky enough to online them. And in a platform really, really big. It's a platform where everybody can come and say what they want for say. Basically, you know, not get no restriction, which I love about that fact. But again, we see a lot of things that where they go on our social media. Because a lot and lots of things where they go on, we get the Bamiko syndrome, we get everything else. Not that other nationality them not get them thing and do. Because that's one thing I always tell people. Not that other nationality don't have what we have. Possibly they have it worst. But because we're Sierra Leoneans, that is why we see it in our own format that for say it worst. And certain things that people are doing on social media, not that they're doing bad, as Baba Shakwi say, and Khadija say as well, we all they do things in we own way, in we own little format. But with you na platform where you na get, right? And all these social media wahala where we get where they go on. Waiting now you advice today where you go give to people them, where you done on social media just for propaganda sake. Because a lot of propaganda is going on social media. What's the advice where you go give them?
We particularly can go against us in things. Where you say propaganda can be in twofold. Yeah, get the negative and positive one. The negative propaganda, I don't know you see, don't make up something. We classify and again inside the fake something. Yeah. So that day we not subscribe to that one day at all. We can make sure say plenty time then the way things them they come up, we actually try and make that kind of correction. They say no. This thing where they go so, not so. Like for example, last time one way happened today. Recently, this morning, one video they go around on our social media. We get like series of groups them as well, where now we WhatsApp group. So then post this video there, then say, hey, see what the police then they do in Nakambia this so. Nakambia, the police them because of this social posting trophy, now me they go fire fast and go and tear gas so. But I watch this video, I watch them again, then I begin drop voice notes now with group say please this video when I watch them back this not to Cambia number one. If you watch the video it's like na right to say that SLPP office there na Kenima and an old video straight off me assumption not enough or my analysis to that video not enough. What did I do? I make a call. So one senior journalist na Cambia where that person dey anything where they happen na Cambia bruh he did it. So I call him and say bro what in the happen? We didn't say something they happen. Now you say, oh, I just left Nakambia for go freedom. Now say, but what in the happen concerning itself? And they say yesterday, some people and they actually want to come out for go jog, but the police not agree. But it not reach to any kind of thing because they not allow them to come out at all. Now I say, okay, I say that is correct. I say, but wait, I get this video with people and they say Nakambia. I say, please watch them for me back. Now I say, no problem, send them. Now I watch them. Inspector will get back to me, say, no, please, this not to Cambia. So now I don't confirm with waiting, maybe no already, assume waiting I don't analyze and it. So you don't tell me say this not to Cambia. Then I watch it again. Yeah. That video they really they all around I don't know no more now how people will able for see that particular thing. So this not the kind way how they do. But the
If you send
positive
me the
propaganda, for
video,
example,
if you send me the video quick on WhatsApp, we can able to send the video. Send that to
last
Mr. Chabo.
if I be able to lay me hand param. Last if I able to lay me hand param. But now to the positive propaganda, yeah. You see this propaganda thing. Now thing this way, even with caretaker, it like them so much. The same way been there as opposition, for example, it tell we say, listen this word, it tell we, the people of the country say, we for make use of the social media. It say, we for pass with message through the social media, the WhatsApp, the Facebook, the Twitter, Instagram. That's what it tell we advise me. Okay? So we say, okay, this is not a good one. By then, the APC government will be there, the social media be don't begin, but it not been to get that kind of momentum. All right? So we don't begin the open. It's just fortunate and unfortunate say, when in kind of power now, it means this social media thing don't kick serious one. You understand it? So now, this person we don't tell we say, let me make use of the social media. But this same person now they tell we say, IMC, Independent Media Commission, there was a time when they paid visit to him. Yeah, in a state house. He tell the commissioner they say, they need for begin censor. They need for begin run after people them now the social media. Then I begin the question. We say, come on. This man, even get one man where he call now London Jets. It's a London Jets, they do a very good job. It's because when you go pass your message to the international community, you use the social media for propagate your message to them. You understand it? So what's in this thing now? In we country now, when you get things then, when they in your favor, now the tender way you start to celebrate. But when things return, now you need to do the bad things then, you not like them at all. Now that's exactly what we see they happen with regards to you now. Now, most of the things them, when them people here, for example, the Lion of the Flipper, I mean, interview. By the way, me not be journalist, I repeat this, the reason why they say me not be, and me now not so, because now I use most of my opinion them for determining certain things them. And when you there as a journalist, you totally, the work is totally different. Because if we do not see where the talk for not true, but you say, the reporter as it is. But now, I'm not the reporter as it is, I analyze them as it proposed for me. You understand it? Me, I work 98.1. I work BBC Media Action, and I rose to the position of head of production at BBC Media Action. You understand it? So I know plenty things them. When we analyze things them, we know the try for. We know who say we know they make mistake. Nobody know they will not make mistake. But we try as best as possible for make sure say waiting we do, waiting we say, we do them very well. By the way, when I been there na BBC Media Action, yeah, my former boss, they tell me something after Awuni. And they tell me, say, when you want to forget a perfect combination, because now possibly this way let human interest something. He said you get for a mix you work, you will get the expertise, and somebody when adjust the basic idea he gets. When you get them two combinations a day, you will get explosive something. That is why when the idea can make say this program for start, because we find out say the media don't be one kind way from the way the caretaker only force and cocktail for journalism. Now say, hey, something don't begin go wrong there. Because they say you if they waiting they got if whether they blow they determine the tune, something like that, they please not correct me. Yeah. So when it begin go that way, they will see things the way how the social media for go, not to so it be. The civil society, for example, and when we be the host them in program, it tell we plain say it's the civic space. It's something the magical thing when they happen about the last government. It's the government not they arrest nobody, they not they detain nobody. It's for the civic space don't contract. It means say the way how people they express themselves. People are not able to express. These are the last government in Angola Valley of IGR, and they tell you so. But now we still say, since then they go the other way. On the contrary, then they arrest. People are not able to talk, and different things that they go. But this time Angola Valley come back and tell me say 80% of the people appreciate the kind way how this government they go. Or anything. Then I begin to wonder, something we need to do something. Then we create this. But me alone, no we're able for do something perfectly. Because I remember exactly what the former boss will tell me. And I say, okay, I need to pair with somebody. We get basic idea. We will speak from the average person in mind. Then we get Bible. We get, that is why you see now, Bible and FMBP, they actually try to get a perfect combination with plenty people they actually admire and they always see how they go about it. By the way, disclaimer, we're not perfect, but we try our best.
Thank you so much, Pierre. This why so he actually explained to we why we get weird and also how weird they operate. And I believe I say a lot of people actually not understand it, but today we all understand your point of view. So that was important for we. But you actually touched on a point about freedom of expression of the country. And this freedom of expression, yeah, so we all can actually advocate against standing as Sierra Leone at the moment, especially with the present government. Because the moment where you say something, then come for you, and then not only they come for you, then come for you and your family then too. And sometimes then they actually troll you like your social media page. Not that the past governments not be they do them, but freedom of expression is very, very important in every society. As you said earlier on, the president, before he go in, that the same social media he use for propaganda. We see him and the first lady. But the moment we come online now and say something about the both of them or say anything negative about the present government, we see how they troll people them. So that was a very good point where you bring come in as well. And also the arrest when they make of local citizens them for freedom of speech. I don't know, Rachel, because you're very much into politics. One thing we actually want to ask you about, Rachel, because you're into politics and most of your analysis the way you do. Because I get this question for you. You're very vast when I say inside politics, and your knowledge inside politics, come on now, it's massive. And we all always hear the same now, the political movement, from your papa in experience to everybody, to your own personal experience where you go through, and we see the bullies sometimes when they can come out for bully you, I didn't have one of the forum them, and I see the way where you compose yourself and you keep yourself very quiet as well, and the way where you can analyze political situation as well. But can you actually enlighten us, right, about your public perception and the things the way they do now your platform and what's now your view, your political viewpoint, where somebody offend you or others offend you inside this social media app here, so we get. When I say social media, I mean from Facebook, Twitter, to each and every one of them, because now social media generation we live right now, basically. Explain to me about your media platform, you and your husband, because now you represent not only you but your husband as well, because you're not married woman, and I can see you your husband in platform too. How the social media they impact you politically, and if you can buttress is waiting we had to say as well.
Absolutely, I've been get for buttress waiting. Pierre don't talk. You know, like you say, I started, of course, my background. I always like government. I mean, an art student. I always like government. And my background at journalism, and I get a very, I get a very dark, young age, you know, like you say, and when I lost my daddy, through the same politics, I get lost my daddy during the NPRC regime and all of that. And I see the level of injustice, you know, the country at that time. I was a very young girl. And I see that injustice there at a very young time where they're not be able for give we daddy justice. They're not be able for prove them at the court of law, say they are guilty of waiting, they accuse them for, and also the way they were killed as well, you know, by the NPRC. So this thing was, it don't deny me mind from a very young age that, you know, I have to do something about this, you know. I cannot fight, but I get for use my voice, you know. So I got into journalism and I began to go inside politics deeper and deeper, you know. And my platform basically, my platform always be the Salone when I be the Salone, you know. And when I moved back to the US, after some time, I say, you know, let me start again. And the reason really will prompt some of us to begin to talk about things openly. Exactly what Pierre say. During the past regime, we know how, you know, the current government used the social media space for promote the manifesto for promoting or for even make propaganda against the APC at that time. And the media space been very, very open, inside Salone and even on social media. Although then 10 and days, social media not be really kick that like the way they now so, but the media space be open a Salone. Everybody be they talk, everybody be they give views, and I mean people the freedom of expression. But I realized that with this government, I mean when people everybody they say when people talk, that in fact the media space na Salone they lock them. Then block the media space na Salone, the media where we rely on, where the Sierra Leoneans rely on for give them a very unbiased report and all of that. We see how they're shut down. They can't speak. They cannot speak truth to power. So that's be also trigger me saying, you know what? I have to start my program again and begin for call out some of them things here because we cannot afford for make we shut remote. You know what I mean? And when President Bio came, President Bio was not my favorite, to be honest with you, because looking at, from his background, he was part of, the death of my father. So he was not my favorite. But when he came, he said he can't fight corruption. Personally, I've been glad, because me not say corruption and one thing we don't really among Salone for the past 60 years. So I've been glad. I say, yes, if I corruption, I have a can't fight, good and fine, and he started off nicely, and with the past regime and all of that. But what about the corruption where they go right in real time under your nose? And as I say, it begin for balance, their own corruption where they affect them become selective. So all of these, I said, I cannot sit down and allow, my voice not for go down, to the people of Sierra Leone. Make we use the platform and tell the people of Sierra Leone the truth. Most especially the way women again are being treated from this regime camp. I can always say, not to say bad not been there in the past regime, but with this government, they just can't amplify everything. They don't can set record of everything they set record, So I begin for saying, you know what, if we not come for new direction, we not go do the things that will be on board Salone for can correct Salone. It's like una can do the worst. So all of them here what they discuss today about this present administration. Not to say some of them things have not been there in the past, but now with a new direction, they can amplify all of this thing when it comes to tribalism, the corruption, the victimization of women and all of that, and can amplify them. So some Africans see them say, you know what, as a woman, I cannot sit back, and we see the way Sylvia, she's a very complicated woman, but we see how she was being treated, and we see how they treat women left, right, center. Look at the mayor, what I mean, from when he take office, victimization publicly, you see when the minister come after, I've never seen that, publicly against the mayor. So that thing just triggered me. I'm like, what's in the woman organization that they do at all? What are they doing? What are they? I mean, all of them people there, they just, they shot the mouths, honestly. So I'm like, that also triggered me. Say, you know what? I am a woman. It can be any of us as women. It can be any of us, not say because not to me. So let me use my voice, as a woman and draw other women together for make we make this change here. So for make we begin to raise your voice to some of the issues there. So, so at a point, when Lara, own shock being coming to me all because of this audit report, we get so many, things that will be surrounding, even they get international attention. And they were like, till today, the government not able to pinpoint what in Lara do. So as a result of that, I've set up an organization, a group called Women and Politics, because of all them things so what we see what's in the woman and they go through inside politics, because we're very small, already we're very small at the top. So the one that we don't manage for rise to the top, they try for draw them back down. Then will encourage any woman from the outside for say wait to the one that way up, but they do them. I'll be for inside this tier so. And we know that encourage women and for come more inside politics so that we will able to make the change what we want. Because we don't see say for the past 60 years, it's all about them. we self one for sits at the table of decision making. So we self go able for make decision where concern we as women them. So we dey encourage women them for kind of politics, but with waiting and the see so we have to speak up. Lara Ishuka say, you know what? We have to start talking. We have to start raising our voices because to Mala, it can be any of women on the platform, you know. So we raise that concern for Lara, and that's how the movement starts with, you know, with all the women and politics thing, and make sure say we stand for women regardless of which political party you are. We stand for women and women the way they victimize strongly, especially when they see how the government they victimize women and strong women from the opposition. From the opposition, very strong women, political women from the opposition, we see that they have been targeted. So now all of them things they are, you know, motivate, give me that kind of motivation, say, I have to speak up as a woman because I know what in that mean. I have been through it, and you know, we got to speak up. And together, I can always say, we all get with platform, we can talk and something happen. But I believe when we come together, that impacts what we want. We get time when we come together. So that is why I always believe in together. When we come together, the impact what we all look for as women, we go able to get another country. And we are strongly this time around advocating for women for Timothy at the highest position, and we go support them because it's about time. Because a lot of things that the government they talk about gender bill from time when they come in power, and it's like they do opposite of the gender bill. We are seeing the opposite of the gender bill. So there are so many things we're wrong, we're not correct somehow with this administration, especially with campaign governance and woman business, where we team up and we will continue for raise with voices then until we see the change we want as women.
I like that, my sister Rachel, and I like the way you're passionate about it. We actually they see from the way they talk. For say you're very, very passionate about what you do, especially women and politics. But again, you talk about for say you like where women and come together and we get the platform for make we do that collaboration. Basically, I remember the last show where we collaborate. It was a very good one. However, waiting you actually think say. People then go they say, especially demand them where they watch me right now, we bother the way inside this platform. Because we woman them, where it can pass social media, we woman them now one of the biggest enemy them, and we now one of the biggest haters them. And this blue app or whatever platform we get, we see where woman them they come, then they bring themselves calm down. If not a true way with the cost we self, not true way with the keep we come with the man, or true way with the strip we self naked, now the media. So waiting at your own advice or waiting at your own take, but Dan, because you're very much into women empowerment, but with the woman them, now we're not the one way hate we self. Now we're not the one way where they bring we self calm down in a way around. If you are 2-3 costs now social media, whether na WhatsApp or whether na Facebook or anywhere, you know, for say now woman now actually they bring them kind of cost them they come. Now woman now they organize them kind of thing. Now woman they collage we self na social media. Women we our greatest enemy when it comes to online bullying. So waiting you actually take from down there and waiting now you advise, and I'll be asking you the question earlier on if you ever get bullied online. So waiting now you advise we go give to women them out there and even to we self within the media.
Well, I can't if I ever get bullied online. I think 4 years ago, I do Mr. Leone United Nation na Maryland here. You know, I just see, you know, bringing young women together because these are part of the things that, you know, when I be back home, I was involved in all of these things, not just politics, I also involved in entertainment and all that. So, you know, did my best with my money, with my sweat, with everything. You know, say this part of the world, not like Salone, we go ask for sponsorship and all that. You get all the mobile companies and all that. So when you do events, especially at this part of the world, sometimes you 90% is your money. So I do all that. You know, my husband, you know, help me out and put stuff together and make this event. At the end of the day, you know, there was so many controversy with the person we win. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that, with the person we win. And, you know, and we kind of social media for clear the air because the other contestants were aggrieved Say this person not be the go training, this person not do that thing. How come he win from the judge? You see how it is and all of that. So I came out to clear the air, and people came after me that the Peking for, because the Peking for go represent Sierra Leone, Miss Sierra Leone United Nation, Miss United Nation International. So, but the attitude of first of all, the Peking will win. The attitude of the Peking will win, being careful, baffle everybody around. We are the organizers and all of that, and the family too comes in. So they begin to bash me on social media. I'm like, but me on good again when me do with me on sweat and me on money. You know what I mean? That day I came live, I almost, in tears. Like I had to try for help with my money, and they come and for can cost me say na so, and people the way Asabi are close to, they support the Bikin gang and support the Bikin and one woman there. I'm like, wow. That thing they been really discouraged me, and no one for put on any salon business again. I said, let me just do my thing, because salon, especially when come back woman, so we safe, for we uplift we safe. It's difficult, and that's some of them things that they demand and they use against me, especially when it comes to position of authority, position of trust, and politics. Now then thing they use against me, and then they use me safe for make we bring we company woman down when it comes to politics or different things then. So I mean, woman pulling down syndrome, honestly, it's a shame, because you go on social media, I don't ever see man and man the curse. Honestly. I never see man and man the pull it openly na social media, na woman and no more. So I mean, it's really sad and it's a shame. For what we see, myself quite recently, I see a lot of shenanigans, woman to woman on social media, and I mean, it's about time we begin for take things out of real personal emotions then, and maybe we look at the bigger picture, and maybe we look at family and friends and kids, and the world where you as a role model, woman as a role model, then we take out personal emotions then and put them aside and look at the bigger picture as woman then. So this social media course, when we stop, and me, I just want to advise women them, make we stop and this social media course. And also, me, I just want to say this message to we all women them, especially women that we get platform on social media. We might not reach out to each other all the time, or we might not reach out to each other at all, or might not be talking. But when it comes to woman and woman thing, let us come together. Let us put we feelings, or we small things then, and let us work together. Me, I always believe, like the vision when I get, I will just I say, okay, let me patch out to myself. But I pull down people. I say, let's come together, let's do this, let's do that, And after, like you say, after the protest, what we do for Lara, I saw a lot of people coming on board, even people they want to reach out to. They were coming because now human team, me say, pass, I go call you and reach out to you personally. You know what I mean? It's woman, and the agenda is clear. It's for women's empowerment. Come and join, not say, oh, this is not reach out to me personally. No. Come and join and you'll be welcome. So let me put we personal differences aside, and maybe look at the bigger picture. I always say the bigger picture, and I see beyond myself and beyond me feelings, even if I get that feelings there, but because it's about moving Sierra Leone, or it's about moving the women's empowerment, I will put it down for that. I will really put it down. So I just pray that we as women, we all get we learn for put all of them things aside and come together. And then we left there, Shinami Gandela, that blew up. And then we
Thank you very much.
It's very powerful. Let me make use of that blew up in a very positive way. I'm sure it will go very well with we as women there. And let the man they left for the user for stereotype we. Say, look on a woman and let blabber. Because now that they use for stereotype we. So let us stop that and not allow the man them for stereotype we. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rachel. That was a very good one. Because the reason why I actually asked that question, for make we see the positive side of social media. Make we see, because we cannot talk about the negativity of it and we don't talk about the positive side. But see how it impacts we all in a different way around. From Baba Sheikh don't start to Khadija, we all don't see how social media don't impact we in a very different way around. We see we had house and the people don't tell we how social media don't impact them as well. You know, it's very, very positive in a way, because it helps we for share we message out there. It helps we for make we actually say what thing we want for say and give with the freedom of expression. Even though some of we can use them in a very negative format. Some of we not even think the repercussion where this blue app or any other app gets for we. They're not even think for say anything where don't go inside it. If even you delete them, it did it for time in generation to come. And if you have for all the public office in future, it get for impact you in a very, very big way. So with that said, make I actually go to a gentleman where he actually it's a bit dress. That is the one word they say. Where this man they come, you know, not for say yes, he don't reach. It's a bit for the rest, good one. So make I actually go back to him. Make her ask him this question here. So either you're waiting we had done say, either you're waiting Baba Sheikh done say, either you're waiting Rachel done say. And myself they add as we they go along. But I will ask you this question, Melvin. You, Mr. Metzika, you sabi for the rest, like I say, always say. You sabi for put yourself together. And I say you can get big caliber then now you show. And this show where you can get now the Melvin Metzika show. And it come across in a very, very professional format. But you can get big guests them now you show, right? And at the same time, you also the broadcast now the Blue app and YouTube as well with your show. So I want to make you actually come out and tell me a little bit about that you show there, how you can pull them off, how you can manage to get that you guest then the way you the guest, and how you can manage to compose yourself inside this Blue app where we get. Whether this Blue app gets all the drama, but still you come across very composed now this afternoon.
Well, thank you very much, Francis. Well, I must commend all the other platforms them and all the other hosts them for they all doing a very good job. All the guys that you've and the ladies you've got here tonight, they're all doing a very good job in respective areas. You know, I don't do much politics, which is important, but I go the other way and I tend to interview people them individually, where I call them game changers, community champions, community trailblazers, or movers and shakers, people who really do things on their own, which is not like more a collective, like we go say politics and things like that. So like I said, including yourself, well, you're all doing a good job. But then we have to look at the positives of social media, how it benefits people as well. And it don't benefit people a lot. I mean, when we talk about money, people that don't make a lot of money out of this, from the people that we create to those that use it for different purposes, you see. So my show basically is a diverse show, and I discuss a range of topics: music, fashion, religion, media, legal issues, sports, and I cover everything and engage people from around the world, mostly Sierra Leoneans from around the world. I've had 1 or 2 Ghanaians, and they tell us their own stories, their challenges, their success, and ultimately their achievements, you see. So it's short, I just spotlight individuals and businesses. And my aim is to inform, share ideas, and motivate and inspire the new generation to show them, say, look, there's Francis K. you can look up, Francis you can look up to, there's Rachel, there's Nene, there are various people doing their own things that you can look up to. And then basically that's what I do. But to do the research, that's the hard part. Sometimes people reach out to you and say, Melvin, but I want to come on your show. And then, but then there are some that you have to actually chase and convince them to come on your show. Tell them why it's necessary for them to come on the show, on the Melvin Metzger show, which has been going on for a few months now. And so basically that's it. And then I try to use social media in a very positive way, just to show that we can inspire the next generation. So that's how I go about it. That's
good. But Melvin, inside this social media, so we don't see a lot of commotion where they go on there. We don't see lots of yaba where they go on there. I try for use we yad them, tam them, where they can they use without offending anyone. Lots of commotion, lots of yaba where they go on there, right? And inside this we community as a whole, we community as a whole. We get a lot of negativity we're full inside it, right? At the same time, don't get me wrong, we've got the positive aspects more. But with the CFA, in the trend where they go on lately, the negativity, they outshine the positivity inside the Sierra Leonean community, right? So if you're there inside the community and you do program them inside the community, when at the Sierra Leone community, where everybody, to me, we all come together as one, right? Waiting that you advise or waiting that you don't take, where you give people them, we actually they set them commission, then confusion, then commotion they also online. Because some people don't know they can grab today. This na morning, they can grab today, where they can pick on today. People do that, you know. And this app where we get is very, very controversial. Because with a pseudonym of a one grand day, we say, oh, okay, today I have to pick a fight with this person here, so I need more views, I need more this, I need more that. You know, we all, especially when we get the platform them, people actually pick on people just to get views and just to get the like. So what's the advice we will give people then regarding that?
Well, not just Sierra Leone or Salone, controversy sells. That's one thing I want to point out. The more controversial views, the more hits. Everybody get your mission waiting at their on Facebook. Some do it differently. So what I normally do is my advice would be let we support each other. Whatever show is going on, they may not be to your liking. They may not say things to your own benefit or for benefit your political party or a friend or colleague or your ex. Let's just look at the positive. So that's what I do. I just stay positive. I look at the positive. I watch a lot of shows, and then I've got my favorites. I'm not going to say them here, but they know themselves. And let's just look at the positive and try and find ways that we could encourage, because we're all doing a very, very fantastic job. Everybody in their own right is doing a fantastic job. So we need to encourage. Rachel is not going to come here and talk about something that you like all the time. She's going to have her own of conducting herself. She's going to have her own topics. You are going to come with your own topics. So if it doesn't fall within your scope, that doesn't mean she's doing a bad job. Or if she says something that you do not agree with based on political, tribal, or whatever regionalistic views, that doesn't mean she's a bad person. We just learn for, accept each other, and get along. If not, it's going to get worse, as we've seen. But we should come together. If you watch Miyad not put a show you like, it's not about your favorite politician, that doesn't mean Miyad not a bad platform. So you see, we just got to look at the positive. That's how I stay positive, and I try and bring. Unfortunately, I'm going to the political side of the hosting, but I try and bring people together and just make sure we are on a positive vibe. You know.
Thank you very much, Melvin. That's actually good advice. So if even the negativity they come to, we get for try for put them in a positive format. So no matter what is it, take the negativity away and put them positive.
Yeah. It's programmed to stop you in your tracks. Okay, let's begin. Do something about this person. Now broken zilla this. But if you have the resilience and you know what you're doing is the right thing, just keep pushing. As long as you know within your conscience you're doing the right thing. If my show is about empowering the youngsters, show them, say, look, this person they're doing show, this person a footballer, this person is a teacher, this person is a lawyer. You can make something out of your life. I have to continue doing this. As long as I'm not offending anyone.
I want to ask you one question. As a Sierra Leonean in general, right? I want to use with all terms that we can use in social media. So as Wiyad can say, Wiyad, as we all then are Wiyad, right? We all are member of Wiyad. We all are Sierra Leonean in general format. How you can feel personally where you see people in social media from WhatsApp to everywhere, they use some kind of obscene language. And then some of we actually they see themselves naked online, and some of we they actually do collage online for other people them, and some of we actually they online I can say the witchcraft app when our Facebook now somebody they call them when are they and they collect your pictures them collage you send them go around the place and bring all kind of negativity to you. How it can make you feel personally as a Sierra Leonean?
As a Sierra Leonean, I represent unity. There are times when people that don't break up, groups that don't break up, I try to be in cordiality with both camps. And I represent unity. So when people do these things, it's really not nice. But then every action has an opposite and equal reaction. They do it and they'll get a response. Somebody will reply to somebody. or somebody have somebody in the corner pushing them, say, do it, you know, that sort of thing. So we just get a collective thinking on how to handle these things. And if it's wrong, call somebody and say, well, this is the way they do so, it's wrong. I don't say you go vex for me, but it's wrong, you know. And then let's go, because we'll get people every day watch things in there. We'll get thousands of people, we'll get viewers, we'll get foreigners that are watching. Like you stated earlier, say not to Salone no more. But if we keep saying not to Salone no more, then it's going to get out of hand, because they guarantee we say other countries, other nationalities are doing the same thing. So when we see such acts, I know say there's anger, people want to vent their anger, they have their target audience, and then we should try and just be calm and talk to them and try and put them in the right direction. It's going to be hard because people are already their minds made up that this is what I'm going to do tomorrow at 2 o'clock. No one will stop me, but we should try our best. We have leaders in the community that can pull these people up and just have a good chat with them and tell them there are better ways of doing things, because we're one big community. Let's not try and divide ourselves.
That is true.
Thank you.
That is so true. I actually like what you say, because at the end of the day, when it comes to the Sierra Leonean community, we get a lot of backbite. We'll get a lot of things where they go on at the community, and when them things here so not really good for we people them. So, but if we actually respect everybody in space and respect what everybody they do, then it can make a lot of difference basically. And we just respect for say this is that person they now they actually that person they do for make me actually express himself, you know. But at the same time, we get for remember for say million take out of all of it. We get for remember for say we get picking them within at this blue app as well. And when we picking them, can they take we fund them as well. So we get for remember for say some of we na mama, some of we na parent them, some of we na papa them, where then he left them phone carelessly. So you begin and can take them. So we have to be mindful. And anything we don't go that this blue app as I keep the repeat again, now till we know they do it. But they remind you over and over again for saying that this you say on another day you say. So that's being said, make a come to my sister when Mrs. Khadija to Hassan. And make her come to make we hear waiting Inga for tell we say and waiting Inga for talk about regarding this issue. I got a really nice question for this with sister Yasu. Auntie Khadija, well, Madam Hassan, Mrs. Hassan. Today now Mrs. Hassan online. I can't make no mistake on that. Okay, Mrs. Hassan, make her actually ask you this question. So this question I write along for you. It said, you have been a pillar of this community, the Sierra Leonean community, right? In terms of the way you actually bring people together and find solutions to problems during the show, the way you actually make that the community. I'm glad for you and congratulations when you recently get married as well. I really, really love that. If we are kind of social media for people we all see them. However, we get a lot of things the way they go on in the Sierra Leone community. I would like to make you explain to me your journey of being a wife inside this social media generation where we did. You know, we community where we get the moment where somebody puts for say, I get a success, I get a relationship. It's like you get the negative tool where they come for you. The moment where somebody puts for say, this is what is going on with me in my life, you've got all the negativity where they fly towards you. People come with different form, in different shape and form really. And as I said earlier on, some of we now mama them online, right? Some of we now wef them, now people them married host them. And for make all them kinds of things they come to you in one point, it's really difficult. So you recently get married. So give me a journey of your marriage and how it goes so far, and also how you go advise other women them when a single woman them they look for this same road path here so and social media life generation.
Wonderful. Thank you for the question. And before that, can I also expand on some of the previous question then, where we talk about women empowerment? Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'll start with that. I get a quote where I make several years back. As we women, we they yearn for we be recognized and then we be treated as equal. We want the man and look at we as, you know, we want to make also not only the VP role, but also someday the president of the republic. I can always say that it starts with we circle to begin with. We for able for sincerely happy for each other, whether it's academically, if that person pass you, or if what financially, only when we're sincere with yourself, will be the beginning of women empowerment or equality. What do I mean by that? Rachel said something earlier about 4 years ago, where indeed there been a bashatam all over social media. One, before I get to that, we have to be humble. We have to also get that self-confidence to know that no matter how big that person is in terms of financial, in terms of education, we're not going to be intimidated by each other's strength because we all possess qualities the way God put in we. Going back to what a mixed statement 4 years ago, it was a rather unfortunate thing when we see on social media. What I did here was I call them because for me, I can always take the case anywhere I feel, say, somebody might feel alone, somebody is being bullied. I call them. Before that, I know a husband, I know we'll talk the detail, I know I will consider as a family. The family, the way I know him, is a family member. So I call him, I say, you know what, I'm sorry for the unfortunate way they experienced on social media. I would love to bring you on the platform for showcase some of the beauty that way you don't do, so that way it will kind of like lessen some of the negativity where they come upon you at this moment. Are you okay with that? What she said was, I will get back to you in a couple of days. Didn't hear back from her. I called her back. She said, oh, well, I decided to say I know one can. You understand? So women empowerment starts with oneself, and also how would they able to be with brothers or sisters keeper. When you see your company that gets dragged, what did you do to help uplift her? You understand me? And it make a statement say sometime you do not need to be invited. I want to celebrate you, Francis, and every time you call me, I am willing and ready to work with you. The reason being, you are an epitome of what you say. We cannot sit here and put on a facade. We cannot ask for other people to bring the beauty of women empowerment when we are not living it as an example. You reached out to me about a year ago. And today you tell me, say, now wear me hat. That is the reason why I wear the hat. You were not intimidated by the strength of another woman. You tell me waiting at the things the way you like about me. I think that is beautiful. I think that is sexy. I think that is strength. You understand? And I think that is an example of women empowerment. You further ask me, say, you need for me to come and do an interview with you. I did not care how busy I was. I've been here for double up too often now. Well, that show there was specifically titled Women Empowerment. You understand? So for that, anytime you call me, I know say you are what you say. You understand me? So for Rachel, for make an example saying that, I do not believe that I need to reach out to certain people when it comes to women empowerment. We are to be very humble with humility. We all get with platform. If some of us have been blessed to interview the big folks, then are based on how we carry ourselves, and humility goes a long way. I can always say to the Almighty will make me, because He's the reason out of many way He choose some of we here, that anytime when you put me up the ladder, remind me to be humble. So if you get your platform, Miss Francis, you want to do something big, and you expect me to show there, or you just want to go through indirectly, then I say no. What is the reason? If me reach out to Rachel, just to give a scenario, when I believe say there was a time when she was down or they were dragging her, where I also be want to remind Sarah Leoneans them of some of the things that we don't contribute to the nation. No, look at just this one blunder or the mistake we don't make. You understand me? You decline the offer. Okay, fine, you have a reason. You understand me? But then I look and say, if you decide later on coming from pageantry, now you want whole platform, beautiful. You understand? But at the same time, you can say that if I'm doing something where it be say it has to do with women, and you believe that I also there in the equation of one of the women then where they make impact in our community, we should be humble enough to say that. I can reach out to Khadija like she did to me 4 years ago when I've been in trying times. You understand? So for me, I love who I am as a Sierra Leonean. I love my community. But again, the respect I give to people, I believe that is the least I can get back in return. So that's
good. Part. Khadija, before you go further, because Rachel get a Zoom meeting where he gets for 2 o'clock, where he be tell me beforehand. I would like for make it answer waiting you just say. So I know say you want for longer because I get a Zoom meeting at 2 o'clock today. So Rachel, if you can answer quick. You're on mute. We can't hear you.
No. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go on.
Okay. Yes, I mean sometimes it's good for have this kind of discussion. Then you know what's going in the mind of people. We not with any bad intent for saying certain things. Yes, I remember those times, and when you reach out to me. After a while, when I still had to think about it, I just decided I want to handle it my way in my own space. So that's I mean, I don't want to begin to go out there and begin to to talk and bring another talk again. I just want to make the whole thing just naturally die down in my own space. I'm able to handle it. So that's why I tell her, you know what? I changed my mind. I just don't want to go out there again for beginning to explain anything. Let me just handle it in my own space. And so that was what happened. So coming to what you talk about reaching out or the women empowerment thing, like I said, we all have our platform and everybody to do well in their own right. Everybody gets expertise with it really talent waiting for you. Everybody's doing their own thing, So if I have something like this, where like this women thing, when I set up, like I said, based on certain things there, will prompt me because of we feedback what we expect at all, the way women are being treated is not what we're seeing. So these are some of the things that triggered me to say, let me put this thing together. And it started off small, and after that Lara and thing, people begin to reach out, even not reaching out to them, at that time. So Khadija directly is saying, from what they understand, that I didn't reach out, if I am right, from what they say. Let me just put them that way, that I didn't reach out on this thing, on this woman's movement or something like that, where she was expecting, at least, because in order to reach out to me, at some point, I should have reached out to her. At this point, when we talk about women, I get it, but sometimes we don't have to take certain things personal. It might be an oversight, it might be, too many things, that I'm doing at the same time, but I don't want us to take certain things personal as women. Like I say, if I didn't reach out and you felt bad about it, I don't want you to take them personal. And I am sorry if you feel, say, because of the kind relationship that I was not able to reach out to. I didn't reach out to a lot of people that I'm very close to, but they were able to reach out to me. But if you felt some kind of way, or if you feel some kind of way that I didn't reach out to you because of the relationship, then I beg your pardon. I am so sorry about that. But like I say, anything for woman, me, I don't wait for let them call me. I will jump on it. But Khadija, don't take it personal. That's all I'm saying, because some people, some of us, they take things. But I'm happy that she was able to say it openly today. Yeah. It's better than you go say on a corner. You know what I mean? So be able to express himself, and this is what we want in our community. When you feel when you feel sad about something, or when you don't feel right about something, rather than you talk about it to people, or you say negative thing about this person because you don't know what is going on with the person, you confront the person and say, well, now this is the expect, or like a platform like this. It doesn't really matter, and we can make amends. So this is what, it just tells us that social media, we can be misunderstood. Yeah. And at the same time, we don't need to judge ourselves, because there are a lot of things really go on with ourselves personally. So we don't need to judge each other, but let we reach out and, make our concern. Then we can put everything and address them in a very peaceful way, and which we are doing today. So Khadija, I'll reach out to you. It doesn't have anything. I'll reach out. It was just an oversight and too many things going on. So don't take it personal.
So let me respond back. Let me also say that accept. Can you hear me? You can hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me just say that I accept your apology. Sincerely, I do accept it. But I want to say it was nothing personal. My husband will be a testimony 4 a.m. I don't want to go into the detail, but I want to talk behind closed door, wherein it was a attempt of defamation of character and dragging me to where I no need for go to. You understand? But we go talk about it behind. But we are women,
Yeah.
like how Miss Francis say, we can be very evil. And we do not need to. We all possess beauty within within ourselves, and we represent Sierra Leone. Can you imagine if we voice them? We where we consider quote unquote God give away the ability and the blessing for say that we get a voice. If we do so sincerely, wow, Salone will be a beautiful place. But we should not be intimidated by any way possible. Or we're not for sit down and try for get people that for come and attack each other. Just so normal we'll pull another person down in hope that we go climb the ladder, But we'll definitely talk about it behind the scene, and I accept the apology 100%. They don't come on at me
Thank
hats
you
now.
very much, Auntie Khadija. I see we have the smile. Everybody they smile right now. The show they go on. Yeah, Child, I understand for say you get a Zoom meeting at 2 o'clock,
Yeah,
which we
I
agreed
understand.
on, and you have to go. I love you, my sister. If any phone call come for you, I will accept it and I'll answer for you later on. But we get a couple of minutes. We get like half an hour more for go with the show. So we go and finish this now because I know say we had get a lot for say. Nana get a lot for say. Melvin get a lot for say, and Auntie Khadija get a lot for say. Auntie Khadija, I'm gonna go back to you because you didn't answer the question that I actually asked earlier on.
Yes.
The question
In
we
terms
asked
of-
you earlier on was regarding the women in the community as a wife. And we get picking them as a mama and everything else. What do you actually think this social media actually benefit women them in different ways, and where you just married as well? What's your experience?
Yeah. So I believe, like how I started earlier, I believe that, and I talked about that yesterday on SVTV1, wherein I say that I've been there for a debate in a college where the debate was the pros and the cons of social media. And my own take was that social media should not be blamed for any bad behavior, but rather the way how we decide for use social media. So with that debate, we've been winning that debate today. But anyhow, coming back to it, like how in our old say, waiting we say how we do when we say it, people are observing. And if you say you are who you are, sooner or later, either it's going to show that you are who you are, or you are not necessarily who you said you are. You understand? Coming back to the question we they asked in terms of my husband, he happened to be my best friend. You understand? A person where and they have been that the secrets are there. And I don't vex so. I see one of these together today when they watch me. I'm teasing. Anyhow, so now a person where before he gets the courage for come and tell me how he feel, he observed me for years. You understand? And then before that, after that, we became friends. Friend is really, really important during that friendship time. During that friendship time, we tend for able for know what in me like, what in like, me weakness, me strength, and you have to be sincerely and brutally be honest. If you get one foot, you get one yeah. You need for tell your partner the person where they reach out to you or ask a hand in marriage. I think I did get backlash. Miss Nene,
It's
enjoy
okay,
the
that's
conversation.
done. There's somebody to talk at the back.
I see Madam Nene they enjoy. Anyhow,
With a laugh,
so
with a enjoy, I'm really good.
it's critically important that you tell them where you are in terms of your financial status, everything, because at the end of the day, if you lie, what I can say, the lie will get the woman, but you not necessarily go keep her. You understand? So many things that we will look at as an imperfection or as certain things where people will laugh or mockery or condemn you. Maybe your future husband, that is what he or she likes about you. As in the example, we're talking about bully. How many of you that don't get because of me religion, wearing a job, or me the way how God make me in terms of how I, with me hat and all that, you understand? But when you're true to yourself, you understand who you are through soul searching. No amount of bully for able for drag you to that level. So coming back to my husband, the first thing, like I say, is he take notice of me for a long time, then he come, he become a friend, and don't tell me how he feel right away. It's a small, then one day I been there for go do me exercise. So after he say, I need to talk to you, but when you come, I want to we talk on video call. And that's exactly what happened. The route at which you do it just remind me of the gentle part of me late daddy. You understand? And then he able for confess how he don't feel about me all these years, and the list goes on. And from there, we're able for, like I say, brutally honest about who I am, what I go like, what I no go like, what I go take, what are the expectation of me, X, Y, and Z. Any misfortune you have had is best you hear it from you, instead of the somebody will come and either add or pull from that of waiting really don't happen in your life. So it's best that you be responsible enough and able for tell the person as it is. As a woman, I believe still we get a lot of responsibility we get for the part we'll get for play in terms of making a successful home. You know, again, I'm a very young newlywed, and I hope for the best. You understand? And when with how me they run me on marriage in the sense that when I am on my platform, I am Khadija the host. When I'm home, because of the values that they don't instill in me, I can always say I'm best of both worlds. My daddy from the Creole descendants, my mama from the Madingo side. But I was raised with the Madingo side. You understand? And the Islamic part of me, I think, say get a lot for do with me. So what thing I do for make myself be on the safe side, I give him 90 and the 10% I don't play. What do I mean by that? The 10% right. Islamically, woman gets in right as to waiting if forget for a man. But what thing they do? Certain people they go say, oh, me they take on whatever. Those are all bad. How you call them? A woman should treat a man, even if you're not in at this wall, where they can say you're able to replace. No, you go treat him to the point that even if you die, you will not be replaced. Whatever way you know how for treat him, you understand? Two ways I believe for treat a man. Sometimes there are times where you treat them like Pekin, meaning the tender love and care, the catering to them, not the Pekin side, a better term. Then when you have to treat them with their ego, that's when you treat them as a man. As an example, when we married, what thing I did was I said, everything with me to lead, I believe saying as the leader of the home, no matter what African man then get the ego. So I say, listen, you will become the CEO of that, X, Y, and Z. You understand? Because I don't want to get a feeling to look at.
So now social media, you man meet? Now social media, you not meet or not?
Yes, we did. So yes, social media.
So you guys met in social media. So now you know how to try to bring the positive side out of social media. So because the reason why I ask this them, because you get the relationship them where they form through social media. You got we waiting at the media platform. We get some people them where then they use the media platform for give their own political, affiliation and gain out and everything else. So I'm glad the way you actually come out. So yeah, you man meets on social media. And how did that actually makes you feel? Because people like I know they do social media relationship, but now you're not married.
There was a statement where somebody made to me at one point, do you know your husband? Just give this as a scenario, right? There are people where they don't say they don't marry 20, 30, 40 years. Certain relationship where you feel with that one way they call quote unquote social media, sometimes even more powerful than the one they sit on a house. Some people are just roommates. They don't talk, they don't speak, it's unhealthy. It's very unhealthy for them. Yet still, then they under the category of being married. You understand me? So it has nothing to do with when you meet her, how you meet her, and the list goes on. It's how what's in the word, it will come to mind. How we're not able to connect. You understand me? Some, like I say, people that don't marry 40 years, 50 years, and just say no more. That they do on this one they do on. But at the end of the day, there's no such thing as marriage. It's just the title of or say, oh, me na Mrs. Content, me na Mrs. Saido, and the. So it's just like with people them back in them days with granny and grandpa them. They neither know the woman, they neither know the man. But those long-standing married, sometimes I die nobody pats them. You understand me? So people. Don't say back they don't know themselves from childhood, but at the end of the day, they live miserable life. So who are we to judge how people they meet, when they meet, and how people
don't meet? Yeah. Absolutely. So I agree with you right there.
Yes.
I
You might be
100% agree with you there.
Yes, you not because you meet somebody right here in America or in London face to face means say not necessarily the best relationship. You can meet a stranger and you become a lifetime partner where it be say something that really God destined you for then you get your husband or your wife. Yeah.
Okay,
So I
thank
hope
you
I don't.
very much, Khadija,
Yeah.
Mrs. Assad. You see, this now the different aspect, and we all don't watch from we all. I know so it was very long trying to go through all of us, but we all don't watch and see the different aspects and the different ways then where we all do use social
That's why
media.
they watch right
Even though we
now.
all come now, this somebody gets a echo, somebody in phone or something there on. Even though we all come now, this platform here so in a different way around, we all they do the almost similar things them, but interview style. Style where everybody they come together and give an opinion and different side, the political side of views. We all then are the app them for actually promote we self in one way or another and promote the things the way we they do. And at the same time, we can find love. And there we can find even me. I find a mommy now the through social media app. We write on you, mama. Yes, I actually when I did Atlanta, so I will give an example. She's called Auntie Rita. I actually posted on Facebook Marketplace for say I can braid here. That's it. I just moved here. So she actually my name now it come up and post and say, oh, Asabi this name yeah, so this name is Sierra Leonean name. So she called me immediately. Are you a Sierra Leonean? I said yes. And since then, me and Auntie Rita we like this. She's now my mama now this country yeah, so everything no matter waiting at the thing she's there for me, so we can use social media for different purpose them, and we all don't see we don't listen to waiting other people and say, but at the time for member family right now for say the phone line open you now can call in and give you your own idea as well. And at the same time I get a video them I want play 3 video them now yeah, so the first video I go like for play now a video with brother when it's called what's his name? He's a footballer. I've even forgotten his name right now. And I'm a friend when we're into the talk all the time online. Well, it gonna cost me for forgetting him right now. And Kai Kamara. Kai Kamara actually put a video out recently about 2 days ago now in page where I go like for make we see this video yaso and listen to what this video yaso gets for say. So make we play Kylie video first.
You know it's in the piss me off past all thing, man. Now I do Sierra Leonean, I do. Oh man, I want to use so much words then. Me had to warm right now like waiting. This Vladimir Putin video where person do sound over and try for talk about with Salone and talk about with government and with president. You know, bro, it's not about APC, SLPP. You're just making Sierra Leone look bad. Now what they do and continue to do this is so bad because now Sierra Leoneans all we care for forward. And many people that don't forward that videos there to me. Everybody want forward and everybody want post them and this that. And you guys are so maybe you even probably did some sign that you hope you see don't they work, you do well, so you don't really care. You just like for putting negativity inside with young people their head because we young people love to post stuff. They love for share stuff. You know, where they love to post negativity and share negativity. Beaucoup positive them. Beaucoup Sierra Leoneans they do so much positivity around the world and nobody they really, catch the half-thing and they for post and share, but once when I do these kind of videos, everybody want post them and share them. Man, you guys piss me off, man. Swear to God, man. Hey God. Bokuna because before Sierra Leone go before and if for come on our force. I swear to God, I swear.
That was Kai in video where he actually post, and I believe I say Lady Hassan actually Khadija actually talk about it earlier on where they talk about the negativity in our community, and a lot of people actually talk about it as well earlier on today. And I would like to play another video when I 2 video them where we had they talk about earlier on today. So I would actually like for me to play that video, they make we see what we had they talk about today.
Nasema bule ya denkomo na oba denkomo. Smoke, smoke. When I get smoke. Man, let them fire them, let them smoke them. I got you hotel now. Hotel now.
The White, Jacob.
We want to be polite about politics, but we should never forget that politeness in African politics can be a disadvantage.
Yes.
So why I keep my calm, I do not expect you to be calm all the time. I am the leader, I should be calm, but you should not be calm all the time.
Yes.
They are not that forthcoming when I'm attacked sometimes on the internet, but when they do, they are very ferocious. And London Jet has been very, very, very strong in that particular front.
So as we see, we fumble them. A good way we talk with evidence. But I won't forget a disclaimer before we even go further. Then 3 video, then the way we actually show, not to we own copyright to them, but we show them because that video that we concern Sierra Leone and Kai. I said thank you so much to we brother Mr. Kamara for you allow me to play that video there, because I go out and ask you and you say yes you can play them. And then the other video, now we president of Sierra Leone, now the head of Riyadh, so we obliged to play in what's the way he can talk to way back. And also the other video, na propaganda video where they go on in a very negative form, na the Sierra Leone community. So a good way we play them for sure, which we they talk about. So I just want to say we're not gonna copyright to them video, then they will not own none of them. But at the end of the day, it's something for portray, which we they talk about right now. So we actually don't see the video them. We had and Mr. Metzger and also Auntie Nene and also Madam Hassan. We don't see them video there, so, and we don't see how social media don't impact with society in a very negative form. We don't talk about the positive side of social media. When we all come together and make we all sit down there like today and they do the show, yeah, so. But in a very negative side as well in we community, we don't see the Sierra Leone community, the social media, it's too much now in community. When it comes to propaganda, it comes to abusive language to each other, it comes to bringing out, secrets. To me, one of the biggest thing them now, the secrets, where we're not able to keep now in community anymore. From when you come to we married host them, till you go to we picking them, things that way they happen inside we personal home them, political office them, appointees them. Before they say Jack, everybody don't put all thing we don't hope we got in our social media. But we they forget the implication we then think and they get in our life. We see some country them, people and they die, commit suicide through social media bullying. We see some family home them, then they go broke and they lost everything through social media bullying. And we don't know the implication where some of them we words Yasoki actually hold on other people them where we actually they bully. From we all to the people where we they bully are the country we all inside. Because sometimes we all not perfect. We all say things them where in one form or another we not really want for bully people them, but it just actually they happen because of waiting we don't say out of the mouth. And sometimes we go regret and some of we don't regret it. Like me, so anything way I say I hold myself accountable to me what's them. Anything way I do I hold myself accountable to me what's them. And maybe waiting I say or the way I say I'm not to the form way if I go. I remember me and we had a couple of weeks ago even I actually said something on my show and then come back and I said, Francis, that's what you say. I said, no, we are not to say, I say, because, it's good for clarification. It's really, really good. Because sometimes the way we express myself, it's not the same way somebody else they express himself. So we don't see them video there. So I don't know who the one for come first and talk about any of the videos or actually go back into waiting the happen now with Sierra Leone community in the negative aspects of social media. Before we go, we get call at the line. Actually, then just advise we say we get call at the line. So make we listen to waiting this caller this day as well before we talk anything.
Yeah.
So caller, what's how you call from and what's your name? Hello, caller, what's how you call from and what's your name?
Hello?
Hello, what's how you call from and what's your name?
Oh, I call from New Jersey. My name is Abdullah Sisse.
Hi, Abdullah. Thank you for calling. What's your point?
Yeah, my point is very short. I think it gets directly to do with the primary cause for the social media unrest, and of course the unrest in our country generally, and of course the what I would call, quote unquote, the unpopular unpopularity of the president. I think it's now a fact. See, at least in my own lifetime, the most unpopular president. Whether somebody like it or not, I'm not saying this because I hate the president or I know like no. I'm a president. I respect him 100%. But in my lifetime, the most unpopular president ever, not President Julius Maada Bio. And the time where we don't get unrest in the country the most now during this administration. You know what I mean? Say no good thing will happen now this administration. There are a lot of good things that happen, and as much as other unpleasant things and they go on as well. But I believe say all the social media unrest, all this yagba within our country today, and all the targets on the president, the primary source, the person when the initiator, we set the tone of this whole thing. Now the president himself, unfortunately, for say, I have to say this, it's fact. Now I will say this because just like the video where you play with the president outrightly say, in not the leader, it not go become why they expect say if will become, but in followers they not for become at all times. That's a weakness. That's my opinion. You see, I'm very, very open as he gets in heart. And from where he take up office, I remember, I not say it wrong for call people the names or waiting. You get to do them with fact. This president don't move ahead of the judiciary for convict people in the court of public opinion, call people in thieves, call people their names, whatever it is. And these people, no matter how unpopular they are, say the former president, no matter how unpopular he is in the eyes of many today, I guarantee you he has a lot in Sierra Leone with it and in favor, with support him. Now, and in followers them as well. If you, the leader, don't set a tone for public attack against people that way yet share opposite view with you, definitely your followers they're not going to do otherwise. Now you don't set the tone. I say this because I don't witness in the president, former late President Kaba in tenure of office. President Kaba no get any attack even to your opposition. You don't get dancing and day. If not something we get for do with legal matters, left on with the judiciary for God's sake. Not to the president in case for call people and thieves, for say them people there and so them do, they don't thief this money, we don't make nothing. Do you work? You work as president is immense. Calling names will be seen. Even if you genuinely do them, it will be seen in the eyes of many say you go after them people here, even the court the judicial court find them guilty. So whatever they place in at the judiciary, people go think say the president gets hands in them because of the tone way he sets. All this unrest. There is not a day, there is not a public program where not even get to do with politics where this president they go present, where you know go draw something against the opposition, you know go make hints. Things that when I just win at the public media for the fight one another against, the president when are the number one man in the country, they make them hint statements, then they call people indirectly, we make a statement, and people in Weibo understand exactly who said they direct that statement. People in the grumble say, it fly. Out of him fly, we are trees constant. A lot of good things they come. And as much as a lot of waste of time did. But guess what? If you the president, they say, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, sir. You don't go over in time, so that's still say you want for talk. Make you
Yes.
Buttress it with
Please, there's just one because Mr. Bean beat you. Say, Mr. Get forget me.
You get for girl, yes. We
Yes.
don't
So,
just like
Brian beat you for address certain things then before I go. I think this last caller, it touched on something very important because I think say as the first gentleman, it just make a member waiting some SLPP people have been do now Kwenadugu after that by election where they be all for both the chairman and that councillor. Waiting and do they arrest the councillor, the sitting councillor already there. Waiting make them arrest and they say because the councillor be party agent for APC. But this not APC person, APC councillor. They say when you don't be councillor, you know for take sides. You for the in between for you lobby outside. But if you go be party agent, it means that you don't take side. But this not party and no longer say you know for take side. So now let me take them and amplify them to the bigger picture. Say the caretaker, for example. Yeah, when you don't become a caretaker, it means say that for everybody. But the caretaker, they talk say anybody where he give job and not the call active man. But other people then when in not give job, they call them an UP. So you intensify the divide where already been not exist. Because not to the first 10 years they begin, but you add more fire to waiting don't already meet like when you take petrol put an emoji say they go blow fire. The thing back they come back at you. So now exactly that the way they do. Now for comments to that issue where Kai Kamara they raise, for example, this now the video where Kai Kamara the comment on. Yes. So basically now something like this.
I will not tolerate any African national to interfere in the Russian-Ukraine conflict. Your Africa is a million miles behind. Do not try to say anything about what Russia.
Okay, so because of maybe copyright, I know we will stop and that.
Yeah.
And say this one now for just educational purpose. The disclaimer we made it big now. Waiting that day. This now they take a press conference where Vladimir Putin do. Yeah. Then they get this kind of metallic computer voice where they can normally be used, not to the first tendency they come. This voice they come say it is send word to African leaders. Then for God's sake, and Putin not go left for talk about America, for example, talk about France, talk about Germany, when are the EU, the NATO, and they can't pay attention. But small country like we are, you understand? It is listing everybody. It is listing everybody, where to everybody talk, including the voting style where we get, you know, as UN resolution. And not be taking energy for address, you know, with country at this point in time. But you get certain people, just like that video where you play again, where this person, after that video, they put a voice on top of that video there for say, this Nakambia happen. And it's audio really come. The people will not see what's in the happen, Nakambia so this they happen. For this person in trophy where one from coming, they're not agree. Then they fire people. It's just mad. We for pass message. We for do propaganda. But we not for do that thing where they above we say. Something that we people they fail. We want to try for change the scenario. We don't get this system say APC FLP. East, west, north, south. That divide. We say, come on, this thing now old fashioned. Struggle. If we not avoid the word stronghold, we not go ever go before, and people not go ever vote based on the kind thing where them people are get. And last thing you want thing about the politicians. They know we weakness. They know waiting we the people not foresee. I sorry for this, but they not say we are one God.
Yeah.
Yeah? We belay, for example, we not the joke with them. Elect how they don't punish we from day one when they give them power. Say 4 years, 11 months, 4 years, 12 months, they count boku rest. We they forget all things. And we for let that system say, now SLPP na get southeast, now APC na get northwest. I hate that system thing. And this, interestingly, after the last election, 2018, I be there na neck. They report for because the anchor for IRN, Independent Radio Network. I be the anchor for them na neck. They try to analyze the whole thing how they go and all of them things that they. you know, because then the day, they be just like the way out and they do me reporting style and all of them things. So I be done there as the anchor for them, that side. So when it happened, just as the first round of the election done, this video come up. And so now see how they vote na the southeast there, una within the north, una still don't buy to expand this. Now so this thing not to southeast na politics. Not to northwest na politics. Tell the people what you want for do, convince them for let them vote for you. You understand, eh? But even this government, it's unfortunate. You know something that we can consider and talk say, the last government do something way bad. But this government, they do something they waste men. Waiting I mean, I'm not going to talk this based on any political feelings. By the way, I'm not get feeling for none of them. None. Not for APC, not for FLPP. That is why sometimes the way they can say, I can tell some people in our channel say, today we're not going to with, tomorrow we're not going to with. Because now when they feel say, now APC. No. We 90% because we focus on accountability. You understand it? But let me change the scenario. It's unfortunate for say, the things that will happen, now times 5 of waiting be don't happen. That is to say, this caretaker, for example, in mind is small. I saw it, but in mind small. The unfortunate again for say, waiting it be not promise we. Yeah, it will go contrary to that day. But I'm not in doubt because we always collect what talk based on what we say. You know, go surprise you for lay you hear the caretaker tell me say, when I'm not blame me. We are African leader, and normally African leader not can deliver based on their promise them. You understand? As I talk this one, you feel say, now me one for talker, but not me one for talker. Now basically, what it tell we, now I try for tell you back so. It's a African leaders, not just exactly right based on the waiting he say, yeah. Because some people when we follow us them, they already don't get that kind of what they that message for me long since. Yeah. So I just want for say again, say African leaders are notoriously known for not delivering on their promises. And then you begin ask yourself a question, come on, we can take an African leader or European leader. Then it not say some, because sometimes you left room for escape. You understand it? You for say some. That means you have for police safety. But again, when you listen and find one other side there, different occasion, it confirms exactly what you say. This time around, it come and talk say, "Unale we pray, let God give you good leader. Leader we get."
So what do you think, say? So you think for say all and the way we they actually go back to what they say? You think for now because we get social media now and because before during Tijanka about 10 years ago we get the app them but we not be really they make use of them like the way they make use of them. So do you think that is because of the app, the way the app and then now make for say we're able to know exactly what they go on as it doesn't matter where you at? And
yes,
all waiting
yes,
they go
yes,
on right now, you know, we able to go back and you tweet and comment them.
Now the good part that day. And now even that person in our village get interest in politics.
Yeah.
And the reason, not so because they not been getting before, but because now the information and they come to them. Okay. You understand them? Like for example, today I want to become caretaker and they can't talk to you sweet one. Then when I don't become, I forget. I move to something else. Now, I don't tell you the two things. Let's go to Fatima, for example. Yeah, Mio auntie. The thing where we can talk about, for example, the time when the issue of this how do you call gas written in project in him.
Answer for our gas, but the thing is today, I try not to talk about we auntie because I don't want to auntie in talk inside.
You know the point of personally, you can't avoid that. Last time you not compare them at debate based on the good things the way the app they do for we. You understand it? Now listen this thing. Initially, because we get compilation what we do on that one day. Initially,
no, the reason why I don't want to go inside, I don't want to bring political come inside us today. And also we could talk about politics, but I don't want to talk about the
when you know the thing where the app don't do right.
Yes.
The app now they make we collage. Now they make we bring them things they did together. I know they go, in fact, if you listen, I just tip. I know they go details, but I just want to tell you no more say, their app here don't make with wise. Their app here don't make with the see things the way they happen, and their app here they actually make we able for listen waiting and we don't say first, listen waiting and they say now, and listen waiting and go say tomorrow. For example, okay, let's Fatima, I don't want to talk about that. Let's tell you about Francis Ben Kenfala, for example. Yeah, because this now not a politics that we own, a corruption business. Yeah.
Yes.
The time when he came up, the first interview we do on 98.1, he tell we plain say the work will be difficult when you go very close to the one that wake you job. As we sit down now, you see say the work very difficult for them. Because you know we get all the time evidence like and you still say, and they pay you for giving me evidence. Look, for example, African Express don't give you a lot of things. Audit report don't give you a lot of things. But still, yeah, you see all of the evidence that you left for move. Then you can't tell me in a corner and say, but you are big. You say, good at the thief, tell me anybody with the thief and they pay you. But you get all the information with you. That is hypocrisy. And now you see say the app they show we the different things them where we able to understand. Yeah, any information you want right now, just go no more. YouTube type in the camp. Google type in the camp. YouTube and Facebook on make it difficult at times, but in the camp. So basically, this app don't make people very, very much aware of waiting the apple. That is why you see the politics net na smell na social media. But if you compare now to waiting the apple actually na the ground, not to the same detention.
Not true. Not true. I agree with you that side because social media politics. Now real propaganda politics and social media politics he did it for actually
because now he encourage me for coding. Now he say we do one.
Now make we play the video that's true. Now he encourage we say make we go there and make we talk about it from the beginning. Yes. Yeah. And I actually encourage me for that day. Thank you very much. I really left you analysis in the political side of you because everything we got the politics, we got the social and everything else. So you don't come with the political point of view. But if there is one advice where you go give the people them now what's now your advice today where you go give them?
Election time they come. You see this app we get for user wisely. And no say plenty people, especially the opposition, want to come back in power. But sometimes they will not do something in danger with country. Some people they in the habit of creating some things that will not ever happen. One time in the way they take one video where they say, hey, this can happen so. Then take this woman, then they chop her, not treat. Yeah. So if you begin for saying, nah, they happen so. Imagine now, some people we call them fanatic. They don't think anything as long as you say, hey, they don't think twice and go no more than they go. So we really need to be very careful. We when they take the lead for circulate information. How will they circulate information? Whose information they will circulate? I can tell certain people say, this tribal business, we not go able for talk, we not talk about them. But let we not be the people that where the fears from things. Why? Because I'm not being too guy idea. I be small. But the kind example where we see now wonder. As you always they put up say, if tribal business come, some of we married Mede, we married Timini. Some of we married Yaloka, we married the son of crossbreed. It create lots of problems for we. Some people are not fanatic, they not think twice so. We see them say now for go. So that is why we the people need to vote against we politicians them. Not until we able for no say we get rights. Because sometimes we politicians they go, hey, I don't make vote for you, I don't make this for you. Not to favor them to do for we. We the people need for no say now them we put there and the money where they use to make all them there. Not to them personal money. If not lie, they can ask yourself a question. Say this person before you can have politics. What you don't do for the people then? You not go see anything. Nothing you not go see. The reason because when they come na power, now we owe money back than you take. They give you small. Then the balance all and keep them. We see how the audit report disgrace and embarrass certain people then. Yeah? We get for beginning look at them things there. Begin for say, no please, not to favor. So now, let we not vote for APC. Let we not vote for SLPP. Let we vote for waiting we think say go better for we. Let we vote for waiting to transform the country rather than waiting we go vote by color. Because some village they not sabi nothing past palm tree. Some village they not sabi nothing past the stand. And then things that they want for change. Not to based on that.
Okay, thank you very much, Thank you very much, Riyad. We don't talk about the political side of things, so we're not going to go back into politics in that side. Because the politics, so we had nine get them. So we can't really avoid we bring Riyad inside and politics not come inside it. You get progressive platform very well. So make I go back to Mr. Melvin. Melvin, maybe we actually ask you this question. Yeah, so Riyad, thank you. I appreciate it. Melvin, make I ask you this question, yeah, so right, with the social side of things, because you're on social media all the time. And when it comes to the social side of things and social media, basically the political, we don't talk about the political side and we don't talk about the family side. So the social side of things, what thing are you advise and what thing are you take with all these costing where they go around? Basically, you see married man, married woman, bring all and can't wash them dirty laundry in our social media. You go see the aspects of people and personal life them then on social media. And nowadays, when you they talk on a telephone, somebody then at the other side they record your conversation. Where you not even know, they don't even tell you for say I'm recording your conversation, but then they record your conversation. So then you send text go to one your girlfriend, where you go send text go to before you even the wink you that text they don't go all over. Now what's up? You name don't go around. Maybe now 1 gram voice note you take when you send to somebody before you even the wink you that voice note they all over the place. So sometimes then they not so for public consumption. You think the way they tell somebody, but the public not already know you one whole business through 1 gram person where you go tell your business. And this social media app now one of the negative side of it. What do you think and how you go discuss them?
Thank you, Francis. When you look at social media as a whole, the advantages and disadvantages of it can be denied, and it's up to the users how they use and how smart they are and how active they are when they use social media. Like you talk about texting, that you text friends or girlfriends that gets onto social media. I mean, people have to be careful how they communicate through these social media so that you don't become a victim, and there's a sort of addiction to this social media thing. People are addicted to it. So man, you cannot go a whole day without let me check Facebook, let me check WhatsApp, let me check this. It's become part of our lives. So it's really hard, but people should stop sharing private conversations. Yeah. If you're imposing on parts, what will be communicate? That's between the two of you. You move on. There's no need to go back and start sharing things, photos, old photos. I mean, we all communicate in one way or another, but that doesn't mean me and this woman get for sharing photo, me and this man get for sharing text. So a girlfriend trying to get at a wife, a wife trying to get at a girlfriend. It's really not productive. It's really not nice. And I try and represent things positively, but sometimes things get out of hand and people have got to be very, very careful. And as with the politics as well, I'm not going to go into politics. I don't know much about what goes on, but I just know even countries as far as your America there, it's always what we call fake news as well. People and they do things for please their own party. They do it everywhere. So as long as we get people that when it's try for show, we say this is not the right thing. This is not the original stuff. So I hope so we'll continue to do that. So that's my take, and try and use social media positively. There's a lot of positiveness. People can use it for business. Look at your show. You can go now, you review your show, how you do it, watch your show again. You have that advantage, that opportunity to do that again. And say, how do I increase my viewing numbers? Yeah. You're not going to try and increase your viewing numbers through controversy. You're going to do it your way. Everybody has their own style, like somebody mentioned earlier on. So let's look at it that way. Let's look at the positives and see what we can derive from it, and now try to help our community. Our community needs a lot of healing, so we have to try and help our community. And someone mentioned that the kids are receiving some of these text messages as well, and that's very wrong. So we have to try. Khadija, sometimes Khadija's number. I will text Khadija. Oh, Khadija, you're doing a good job. And yeah, stuff like that. And we try and encourage each other. We're not competing. There's no competition going on. Whether Khadija has 5,000 views or Peter or John or James has 3,000 views. No, we encourage each other because you appreciate what somebody else is doing. You see? So that's the way we should look at it, Let's be each other's keepers, and try and stay positive. That's all I could say on it for now.
Thank you very much, Melvin, and I appreciate you coming to the show today. And you've been a gentleman as you always are. And I love you where you can sit down and where you can talk in the Melvin Mexico voice. That is what to say. And I can smile at the back screen and I can say, oh yeah, that's my brother right there. So thank you so much for blessing the show today, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. And if I say yourself, you get things them for do. So that is the way I said I was gonna do it today. We all they come in and go at different time them, which is really, really amazing. And then you go left with the three lady them, and I appreciate you so much. God bless you. Thank you. Khadija,
Thank you.
I'm coming next to you. Thank you, sir. Khadija, I'm coming next to you before I come to my co-host. Because today we got the three lady them when we three actually sit down there so today and we get for can do the show so and finish. I'm done soon. And Khadija, social media now one platform than the way it really, really difficult for we for deal with. From the mommy courses, like you always say, to everything else. But when it comes to the family role in social media, right, in this blue app where we differ, so especially Facebook and WhatsApp, because TikTok and Instagram not really too much in the Sierra Leonean community. But Facebook, WhatsApp, oh my goodness God. This app here, so it cause a lot of trouble and it bring married hosts to scatter in our community. We they see Usai married man them, they actually come to Facebook and molest them with them and actually bring them with them down. With a single side married woman and they come on Facebook, wash them dirty laundry out. We all get a pass. Every single one of us get a pass. We don't know to perfect people them. But when you don't marry, you go now you marry those, you get to know how you comport yourself. What's not the advice where you go give to people them out there where they watch me today?
Yeah, great one. As much as I'm a person out there who will fall under the category of public figure, you will be very, very much surprised that after I'm done the platform, I'm not so engaged, except if I'm sharing materials, and the list goes on, you know. Yes, social media can be very frustrating and can bring a negative strain to family, you know. Like I stated earlier, I always, if we want to get a healthy home, from me own perspective, the way I me handle me on is that I give my husband the 90 and I get the 10. The 10% I don't play with either. You know, example, if we get a quality time where they play with Ludo and I see that maybe there's, you know, I'll give an example. My husband happened to be the opposite of me, meaning that he's a politician. You know, and sometimes it can be very painful, wherein even though sometimes they can be like they can say, oh, in politics, no worry. But if they needed somebody to go and make lies, you know, stories about your husband, you know, oh, this so and so, they and that so now homeless person, you know, just the negative story where you don't say not true. As much as is that just politics, but it's so painful for that you digest those type of things where you know say is far away from waiting and try for portray out there. You understand? So for me, so one of the solution where I do was that, you know, certain, you know what I can say, when you cannot take the heat, get out of the kitchen. So my own solution, I believe that some of the forums when I know say my husband get for engage, you know, that man to man talk and this and that, and I'm not able even though not the quote unquote and say politics, I rather just shy away and just come out in that forum day. Because if I see him, it will pain me because it's someone that I love, I care for, and he cares for me a whole lot. He has fought a lot of battle for me too when it comes to social media, you know, having to do with the misconception of people that will just go and try for, you know, do the smear campaign. They get for go back again, just like how in they feel, the same way they feel. So it's not easy, you understand? In being a politician, me have to be a public figure. So it's so not easy. It's only by the grace of God, patience and prayer. You know, so the best thing what I would say, for me, most of the time, I am good with ignoring. Well, on the man point of view, they're not going to ignore. They engage each other, you know. Then they engage in terms of the debate. And for me, women, me not say me get I don't go say I get 100% thick skin. So the best thing for me is to excuse myself from some of those heated platform where it be say, especially specifically like the WhatsApp, you know, that has been one of my solution, you know, for say, you know what's in, I know I cannot take this heat, you know. Sometimes I can go into the conversation and just try for kind of ease the conversation for say, well, left me husband, you know, blow a kiss, that, you know, the emoji type of thing, you know. But some folks are just bent down and direct, ready to just kind of like say a lot of negative things where not necessarily be of that person in wife or that person in husband. Then of course, you know, you will feel bad. The man they then get more of a thick skin. But we as women, if like just say God forbid they go cartoon, you love one, then put her all over social media. We don't take it lightly. We as women compared to that of man, So if you happen to be a public figure like how, or you get to platform them, depending on what you they as online TV, you they as a blogger, whatever the case may be, a host, and you want to maintain the professionalism, like I say, it's best to shy away, ignore, and not respond. I think that is the only safe way. And if, in terms of family, make sure you value the family time. Like I say, whatever I need to do to cater to my husband is a priority to me. And when I'm home, I'm a different Khadija than when I'm on that platform. I'm humble enough to know that my responsibility to make my home and make my husband happy. So me on 10% too, if we play with Lodo, we get to quality time, and as you say, one take from that, then of course, that is where I will get upset too. So it's also balancing, to be honest. We have to balance and respect each other in terms of relationship wise, and not allow this world what they call we global village for there be a negative impact. So we have
in life.
Yeah. Happiness.
Thank you very much, Auntie Khadija. I really love it. You say, not go it, please stay with we. We know with you, and then we will close the show finish, please. And Nene, today it was a jam-packed program with different characters, different people, different media platform, from political to activist platform to network, social. So it was very difficult to actually put everything together, but we tried. We did a good job. Thank you very much for the background advice and texting Francis time and all those things, which is really good. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. But in your own summary, out of everything where everybody don't talk today, waiting that you take out of today, and what's the advice we go give out?
Today was hectic. Very hectic. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Khadija and thank you to everybody who come. And congratulations, Khadija. And I pray the Almighty Allah bless you home and give them peace. And let God bless them. Social media, when you tell me the first day, for instance, going this talk, I say this not for easy, because now the problem is what they face right now. Now the whole world, not so even just this part, the diaspora, everywhere. Everything therefore be on social media. And I learned from that. We are really grateful, because I'm one person that used to put everything about my life on social media. And when I see the bashing, the syndrome, all the negative side, people will not celebrate you. Instead, they will just bring the negative side of it. I stopped. Not even me picking them back there. I know they post them on social media. Like, it has to be on my WhatsApp status. That's close family and friends that can see. There's good side of social media. But because of the bad so boku and the bad now they're interested in any side where they say, Mommy, cause they life, they all man don't join. You see 1,000 views straight away, bam. But call now say they talk about say somebody well now raise fund. Then they can't you see the all man they come out, they end up for the 2-3 people they see the watching. That bobo way be where insist and issues where go na school. I don't know if you be watching that day Francis. There's positive side came out of it. They buy for our shoes, school fees, they raise money. It was a very positive thing that came out of it. Somebody saw that and say, this bobo they go school. He said, me mama no get. So I know go pressure me mama for buy for me shoes because you not get. So I boom my sister shoes, I where can go. They raise a lot of funds for that picking day. And there's another one lady come up and say, you want to go university, you no get money. I think that Fantasia, her name is the artist where they sing, the champion that day, she started university. There's good side to this social media, but the bad side where me not able to understand is what we go counting on social media. Me and Frances have come a long way. We don't get one to talk behind closed doors about 1 or 2 people there, which maybe is not bad. We just discuss there. So if you tell me that's the bad side, I'm not able to accept. I'm not feeling so those are privileged conversations, and that's the bringing down syndrome. Because the moment I come, I begin to operate Frances. They tell me I call 10 names of that Frances. I don't cause problem for Frances with a whole lot of people. What are you gaining out of it? What are we gaining? Are we building our community on this grounds? No. Are we bringing ourselves down? Yes. And what is the positiveness out of bringing ourselves down? This is what I wanted us to talk about. How are we going to change this narrative of people coming with positiveness? When you have negativeness, you can settle it outside closed doors. Now, even they make people they pray for talk. The process keep on me, I say, check keep on. You so say this not the honor because you don't know that they record you.
Yeah.
Maybe you just talk about something you know mean I'm in any bad way. You just try to bring peace or advice, then they take and go to, now if you watch some live, then they are the comments there. This China Nikki in Saga, it was very, very good, but then it ended up on bad. Because the whole good thing about it, the possible they look for come out. And well, get long life and well body. So we tell God thank you. That was the positive side of it. The negative side of it, anytime you go comment it, the people already they can't so people don't have the right anymore to say anything they want. Because you not comment in their own favor, boom, they start bashing you. So why looking at this social media and I want the whole people they right where they're not even their right to go comment within a one. I remember the show where Francis Doom is calling just because of the pictures of the first lady. He asked the man question, you know, this thing a long time up during the time of election. Now election is so clear that here. They started bashing Francis. Just for asking questions, not of Francis released them pictures of it. Not of Francis had been a photographer. Not of Francis put quality, put the first lady on, I can't take this picture. She wasn't behind leaking those pictures. Those pictures leaked from the 2018 election. And the people came out, started bashing her. What are people gaining out of this? So when they try for silence against the social media platform, they're not able to talk about things then. Way for bring positiveness inside the community. Some of that's why we don't even watch and like them anymore. Because if I go there, you say something that is not right, I feel I have the right to go and comment and tell you what is right. And if you have to come after me and I don't have that negative energy, so go back and front with you. You know why? Francis, I say this, I don't do it, I can do it. Me. Then I ask the whole London, we own this place before. We run this place before. But picking and sometimes responsibility, you know, the more you forget that you said. The picking then I want for more than great. Then born Sierra Leonean, born British Sierra Leonean picking and creates one WhatsApp group where then they talk to you for the, let them not forget to you. The other way they was one talk not clearly, so I like it real bad not clearly. So he comes to me and say, Mom, what is Katakumbe? I said, what is that? I don't even understand what he was asking me. I said, what do you mean by Katakumbe? This one was cussing on the social media, they share it in our platform. The way they cost mommy, cost some of this, and she said Katakumbe. But the way you call her Katakumbe, you know what I call her fine. I just really laugh. So you see, who beginning against them, audio them. Who beginning against them, video. God forbid, they send me naked video. Please don't make relationship they're not sweet again because me say if I get past my wife, like say I'm not going to do that woman's for you for video, not possible because I'm not saying you. So all these don't speak to them, cannot even do themselves in their relationship. You will even send nice sex talk to you, man. Maybe that's in another leak. One way or the other, we say not intentionally the man leak them or not even see as a person. These phones have been hacked. They can't just send me message, any message come up from that number, not respond, or they don't have the phone. Just imagine if you get kind of nudity or other things to trigger that phone. Somebody has to get access to all the things. Then begin shiver. Yeah. You begin thinking at this because I hear a man no get you bring me no fear and no peace. So you think saying that the man they put relationship they get problem. So let's be careful how we tie ourselves, our relationship that even though in closed doors, when you see you man to man, I don't know. Do not send anything on social media. You know, when you want to call your man to alone at all. Call them alone at all. What you want to talk then between you, but do not make audios, do not make videos. Our kids are gonna see these things. It's not a good representation of we the woman then. And please, the live cause don't be tired you. I don't know if they run away a big, I don't know what they do now. Now Khadija, Princess, you know the platform and I get I love talk to the young one day. Like when I watched Khadija, I think it's your daughter. You were interviewing your daughter. I was watching her. I didn't know. Let me let the bag out of the, you know, the cat out of the. Now, yeah, me as your mom, I was like, what? Really? My mama and they, she communicated herself, carried herself so well. When the people they talk and they get good bumps, This is how we want our children. But if we know, if we plant this in them, then they can do the person and look of them and they say, hey, bring you this now. Now so you say and I say you talk in public. But when you look at how Khadija they talk in public, that's the same way as seeing people they talk. So even with body language, the way within the common woman is so they go into it without we even know. So please,
that's so true.
And
that's so true.
The one negative.
Thank you very much, Auntie Nene. Auntie Nene don't bring very, very valuable.
Khadija bring one topic where we did do our watch again. This that will football out in with. When alone left for the mean bad for we save. Sometimes even if not joke, do not prank on anything that is bad on yourself. Because at first when I see him, I was like, no, Papa God, please, not this young couple. Papa God, not do this to them. I beg, this couple, they are very young. They even haven't got children. Because I am a woman that's sick to be in a marriage. So when I see young people like that, I was feeling for her. And then when I used a prank, I was angry. I was really, really angry because you don't do prank when it comes to your own personal life. You know, something like that.
So we don't actually get this program today, but we don't run out of time because we get all this guests them today. We know for say people and go forgive we because we get all the guests them together from different platforms them. And the thing that we talk about today was very relevant. And also we get to understand what to make for other people and they do all waiting and they do so. I think it was a very successful and nice show. Even the guys that I never cook in my kitchen, they kill me with onions. But I want to say thank you to all the guests there. And thank you for everybody we don't come from Baba Sheikh, Melvin Medsika, Rachel, Khadija, Tijan, Riyadh, all come with your uniqueness and all come with your own unique contribution towards the show. And anytime when you call me, know for say I'm available. This is me, girl Francisca. And also I want to say I want to bring an apology out because earlier on the waiting cam on screen was Nene is a friend to the First Lady, which is absolutely not true. That was from the previous guest where we mistakenly put on from the technical team. So I want to say apology to reviewers for that day as well. And also if we say anything today for offend anybody, on behalf of me, the Calabash Princess and VOS Network, we apologize to you now. And also, if a member for say, we bring Tim and Cam out for we public, for make we talk about it and be aware of it. And the social media Wahala na topic we're not go ever done. And you see the different platform that what we use them for. We use them for benefits for do something we progressive for our society and also for do something we go help we all in the community. And also for the fans them where they text me, they tell me for say you bring the show come the wrong timing, that football season today. I'm sorry. But know for saying Sunday they come on and they come on Sundays in the 12 o'clock afternoon and 5 o'clock UK time and Salone time and different way in a day. I'm sorry if we bring the show come during the 10 day way Manchester they play. We're sorry about that. I love you now. All you can watch them afterwards. And if you not get any question at all, you not hesitate for inbox me or inbox VOS. We humble for making you all take part in the show. And I'm very grateful for the people that will come in as the guests them. And I read all your opinion them and waiting and get for say. And I'm so grateful to VOS as well. And I'm grateful for the guests them where they watch me from wherever you watch me at the world. Please not forget, social media a very dangerous tool, and it can be the best tool for we all. It can educate we, it can bring community together, it can bring family together. But at the same time again, it can tear down family, it can tear down the environment, it can make even death not a family. Because when people then get bullied, you don't know how they take them, you don't know the frame of mind where that person may be. Maybe they get depression, maybe then they suffer from anxiety, maybe they suffer from different things. So I beg you now, make humble them. Make we use this tool where they don't give it, where technology don't bring for it in a positive way. Make we not use them for disgrace yourself. Make we not use them for bring people them candle. This now just a tip of the iceberg of the show that we will bring can for you now. So till next week again, me na girl, the Calabash Princess Francisca. Have a lovely week. Love you all and stay blessed.
Love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.